Good evening, YouTubers. Tsquare of Tsquare Talk. Hope everybody's having a great evening. I decided I would just go live for a little bit, kind of talk a little bit about what's going on. I know some people out there are kind of freaking out just a little bit. They're kind of worried. They're seeing what's going on. I'm actually adjusting the computer right now, so bear with me for a couple minutes. And if you're just jumping on, take a quick minute and hit that thumbs up button and hit that little red dot in the bottom. That way you are 100% up to date, because basically when people get on, if they get on like 5 minutes after it started, they don't really see what's actually happening. They're like a little bit behind. If you're watching this afterwards, then it's been loaded. So I'm trying to get my chat up. There's got to be at least somebody watching with 1 minute, but I don't know because it says 8 viewers, but I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there we go. I was like, I'm not seeing anything in chat, so I'm kind of wondering what was going on for a quick second there. I'm just setting up. It's kind of slow sometimes to set up. So right off the bat, we got Conrad in the room. How's it going, Conrad? We got Mark in the room. How's it going, Mark? And we got Walks With Me in the room. How many of y'all are following what's going on with Silver? We got 8 people in the room right now. Silver starting off crazy. We were actually number 2 recently on assets based by market capitalization. Silver was actually past Nvidia for a little bit. As silver opened up, it instantly skyrocketed all the way up to almost $84. It was just short of $84. And then all of a sudden, extreme selling pressure came. And then all of a sudden it plunged. And a lot of people are saying it's BS what happened. It's market manipulation. 70 went all the way down to 74, just under $74, right around 74, maybe 75, depending on what you're reading. And it's already starting to work its way back up. As of right now, it's only down $1. So I'm not stressing this at all. I think this is just a buying opportunity. It's funny. We've seen it go all the way up to 84, let it come down. All we did was just spark the switch, I guess you can say. So yeah, a lot of people are like, what the heck? What is up, Sean? I'm watching. Yeah, it's exciting. What's up, Steven? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Kat, what is up, Kat? Hope you're having a great one. We got BJ. Excuse me. I'm trying to catch my breath. I just ate an egg roll. I went to the Dollar Tree, I guess you call it, and they had lobster egg rolls. Probably no real lobster in there, but it tastes like lobster, so I like them. Let's see, BJ, I finally caught you live. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, tonight was just a fluke. I don't usually go. I wasn't going to go live tonight. I'm not doing a special event. I just kind of wanted to get on, chit chat. I will be doing our New Year's event for members here. So if you're not a member and you want to consider becoming a member, it's definitely worth becoming a member. You could win some free silver on New Year's Eve. I think it is. Yeah, New Year's Eve. I don't exactly know what night that is, but I don't have any plans, so I'm going to be going live that night. And if you want to become a member, it's only $1.99 to join, so it's definitely worth it. If we get to 100 members, I am upping some of the prizes with some extra selections. So that will be kind of a fun advantage, especially if you're like one of the up at a tier members. Everybody will only have, if we get to 100 members, 100 members, there will be some better prizes to select from, especially right now with silver as high as it is. It's getting exciting. It's getting expensive, but that's okay. You got a chance to get something cool for only $1.99 to become a member. And I know not everybody wants to run out and become a member, but it's kind of cool, I think. It's a fun event. We do it every month, and so it's worth it, I think. Let's see. Silver Solutions, what is up? Glad we're in here. Feels like volatility is hitting. Oh, my word. Yeah, it is crazy, the amount of volatility that's going on right now. I don't think it will last. I really don't. I think when the markets open tomorrow, I don't even know if the dollar dip that we're at right now, well, now it's 99 cents, is going to last throughout the night. And here's why. Anybody watching this, and they're watching the Chinese markets, and they're watching these markets, depending on what price you're looking at in Shanghai, you're anywhere from $85 to $91. Some people are arguing the $91 is not fair because you're comparing the premiums and all that stuff. But here's the thing. What really defines a premium? A premium, when you buy physical silver, you're going to pay a premium. Most of the people that buy these contract paper ounces, they're never going to get delivery. And I think right now, big companies are starting to ramp up. They need silver. They already know what's going on. They know it's going to get more expensive, so they're trying to get it. And that's why we've seen this huge gap right off on the open. We've seen the price jump from essentially 79 and a quarter, and then all of a sudden it opens and it jumps all the way up to 81.75. And then it continues to work up, and then all of a sudden something happened as it climbed even higher, and all of a sudden someone started selling. But there's actually rumors right now that one bank went under on Sunday. It collapsed. I can actually read the report that I had read, but it's not 100% confirmed yet because they didn't put the bank's name in there, which was kind of interesting. So I'm going to read you what I just found out. So it said, update as of 12:48 p.m. Eastern Time, according to additional information at 2:47 a.m., the bank notified the exchange that they could not meet the $2.3 billion margin call. At 3:03 a.m., the exchange began forced liquidation of contracts. By 4:15 a.m., the banks positioned on the exchange were fully closed. 16 minutes later, federal regulators seized the banks to prevent a disorderly unwind. Now, here's a couple things, though, that worry me. The exchange wasn't open. So I don't know how they could have possibly liquidated that position essentially last night. I mean, you're talking Sunday at 2:47 a.m. They liquidated at 3:03 a.m. You're talking early Sunday morning. Markets are not open yet. They're not even open overseas yet. So I don't know how if that could be true. They said more information will come out and be made public, but right now it is a lot of speculation. If this happened any other day of the week, I would probably say, even if it happened Monday or Sunday night at that time, Monday morning, then I would say maybe that's possible. If a bank went under due to a short position, that would be really interesting to see how that would play out. But the selling of the mass selling could cause a quick gap up, essentially, because all of a sudden the short positions are being cleared. But on the flip side, it could also cause a down drop. So who knows? I mean, we'll know more what's going to happen if that even really did happen. Like I said, I don't put stock until it's verified. So who knows how that will play out just yet. Right now, it's all speculation. Hey, Tsquare, I'm a late stacker. Charles, how's it going tonight? Hope you're having a great night. And I'm reading through the comments. So if you're putting it in, I'm a little behind on comments. Don't anybody snap and be like, you didn't read my comment. I had someone one night say they were canceling their membership because I didn't read their comment. And it's hard sometimes to keep up. We get talking and we might miss a comment here and there, but just put a comment in again. You can copy your last comment, repost it. I'll see it the second time. I mean, it's rare that I'm going to miss it both times. Charles, I'm a late stacker. I got for first 2 ounces back in 2023 when silver was $27 an ounce. Then I stopped and started back up in September when it was $47 an ounce. So, that happens for a lot of people. A lot of people, they get their feet wet, and then they don't think there's an urgency in it. They don't see the urgency until they look again a few months later or a year later, and all of a sudden they're like, what the heck? I got one friend, he started stacking at, I'd say around $27 an ounce, really, right around that time period. And then he ended up selling his stack around the mid-30s. And then he looks at the price again, waiting for some sort of a pullback, and all of a sudden we're in the 50s. He starts stacking again, and then it stalls out around the $60 range, the $50 range, $55 range. He thinks, who knows what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden when it spikes up to 80, then he wants to get all in again. A lot of people, my opinion, and this is not financial advice, just my thoughts. If you don't have the willpower to really watch this stuff on a regular basis because you got too much other stuff going on, just pick up an ounce every week. If you can afford an ounce every week, just pick up a little bit here and there. For anybody that's been buying 1 ounce a week, when it was 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, you've got a pretty good average. But if you're trying to time the market or you're panicking and you're going all in on higher prices, that's it. It can be difficult, especially because right now this shakeout right here, down $1. I can't even believe there are some people that are scared of this. It's beyond me. To me, it's a joke. It's $78 on the COMEX, but then it's selling for $84, $85 on the Shanghai. So we'll see how this will play out. US $100 permanently in the coming years. I don't even think it would be that far. Coming years? I would almost take that S off and say $100 silver is coming this year. But you did say permanently, so who knows? We could see some dips when it first hits 100, but it'll be interesting. Pastor Mo, long time no see. How is it going? I haven't seen you in a while in the comments. I hope you're having a great evening. Let's see, Alan. What's up, Alan? Hope you're having a great evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm just kind of reading through the comments. If I say the name, that's me reading their name and then what they wrote. I had someone else say, dude, I heard you say that. I didn't say it. I read it. Let's see. Mark's channel. I'm not even sure how you pronounce that. Mark's channel? It's not channel, but Chinark. I don't know how you say that. Mark, what's up? How's it going? Oh, actually, it's not Mark's. It's Mark. And then I'm not sure how you pronounce that last name. I'll just say Mark. A little bit of a pullback would be nice. You're seeing it right now. We know where it's going. Exactly. Yeah, we know where it's going. I mean, now it's down only 82 cents. It's not even, that pullback that we seen a little while ago, think about the amount of silver. I was reading something about the amount of short contracts that just hit the market. They estimated it was 50 million ounces of silver that flooded the market earlier. That them contracts are just getting bought up like crazy. I don't at all worry about what's going on. It's ridiculous to me. And there are people that are getting shaken out. Don't think they're not. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. Digging Dave. What's up, Dave? How's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. What is up? Hope you're having a great evening. Let me pull this down just a little bit here. That way I get a little more updated here. Walks with me. The crypto boys are saying to sell your silver, but they're going to hold on to theirs. Yeah, they're going to hold their Bitcoin, but they're telling you to save their silver. Yeah, I would not want to sell my silver right now. I've got multiple friends that have been telling me to sell right now. They're like, dude, you that's a lot of money. I mean, you could really do something with that. What? take paper, put it in a bank account? What can you do with it? If there's nothing I want, then that's it. I mean, I'm not a showy person. I don't want I guess a new truck would be nice, but it's not a big deal. I'd rather have my silver. I mean, if silver keeps going at the rate it's going, maybe it will buy me 2 trucks when you think about it. Who knows? Let's see. Demand, how's it going? When did you start the live? Oh, only about 5. I've only been on now for 15 minutes. So it just started. I didn't get a notification. You probably would have, but I've only been on 15 minutes and 39 seconds. And your comment was written about 8 minutes ago. So you probably just didn't get it yet. T. Roy saying holds. Definitely hold the line. It's definitely important, I think, that you do. I would not want to sell. We're down to, right now, we're down 82 cents already on the market's opening. And it's comical. I really think it is. I think we'll be in the green tomorrow for sure. It probably won't see our $10 jump tomorrow like I was hoping. It would appear. Oh, look at that. Look at that right there. It just all of a sudden went from negative 82 cents to negative $1.23. How much paper are they going to done? Look at the volatility. Look how much is being traded, all these lines right here. Let's just zoom out a little so you can see the extreme volatility. You can't really see it there. You can kind of see it here. There's a lot of volatility over here. It's tough to see on that chart, but you can see the low volatility, and then all of a sudden it starts ramping up. So we'll see. Let's see. We said that. What is up, Ash? How's it going? Hope you're having a great night. Have strong hands. They need all they can pull in from the long-term stackers. Yeah, I think they're going to try to convince long-term stackers. Here's the thing. I said it from the get-go. They don't have to work really hard. If they want my silver, I'll give it up. I would give up a bunch of my silver. But I would only give it up if they did some kind of the government needs your silver tax-free. We'll pay you cash and it'll be tax-free. So we'll give you a check. It can be a check, but we'll give you. You won't have to pay taxes on your silver if you sell to the government right now. I would sell a good portion of my silver at that rate. Then I would definitely go and get something. And I know it would be hard for me maybe to get my silver back, but that's all right. I mean, if it was for the right cause, I would take that money and I would instantly invest it in something else. But some people, they can't really understand the advantage. I had one person reach out to me yesterday, and he's like, dude, what do you mean pay taxes? Just sell it on eBay or something. You don't have to pay taxes on that. They're just going to, yeah, you do. If all of a sudden you're selling huge amounts of silver on eBay, even if they're listings for 50 ounces or 100 ounces, you're probably going to get hit with a tax hit. I would not try to finagle them. Don't mess. One of the early lessons that I learned, I come from I don't want to say a business family because it was more my dad. He had multiple businesses. I've seen what happens when the IRS thinks that you owe them money. I've seen firsthand. They will just come in and they'll freeze all your bank accounts. And I've literally seen that. And my dad at the time was kind of stubborn. And, he's like, no, I'm not paying it. I don't owe it to you. I didn't cheat you in any way. And they said, yeah, you owe us 10 grand. And sure enough, he got his accountant to go down to Boston, sat down for 2 days with the IRS people while all of his bank accounts were frozen for the time being. It was a headache. And eventually, the IRS got their money. And the accountant said, and the lawyer, how long do you want to pay us? I mean, we can keep going around. We're just beating around the bush. And that was it. I mean, eventually they said he owed it, and he didn't have any way out of it. So I'm not going to try to cheat them in any way. I know that sounds, some people are like, no, you don't owe them crap. I understand where some of y'all are coming from. But I personally would not want any headaches. Okay, if I sold someone an ounce of silver and made, $5 or a free lunch, I can maybe understand that. But if you try to sell your whole collection and you think you're not going to pay it, They're going to get their cut. They're going to see it come in. Let's see. Started about 10 minutes ago. Somebody said. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed, too, that it was about 10 minutes off. Eli, what is up, Eli? How's it going? I hope you're having a great evening. Walks with one. How many banks will go down in 2026? So that's an awesome question right there. I'd like to know that. I think we will see some. And like I said, I'm way behind on the comments. So if you don't hear me read your comments or questions right off, do not take it personal. Let's see. Did I miss the vid of you answering questions? You must have. Yeah, because it went up. Let's see here. Can I see it here? Let's see. Right there. There it is right there. It was 1 day ago. Oh, yeah. On Saturday morning, I did the Q&A. Had 715 views. Although technically it's actually 900, but this is not as updated. You don't actually see the fully updated number. But it might have threw some people aside because I did a Sunday video too, an emergency Sunday video this morning. So yeah, you must have missed it. Some people don't like the Q&A videos because they go long. It ran like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then I got an email from someone. I'm probably going to do a video for it. It was actually, I think, Mike. I'm wondering if there's not some sort of a filter if you're on an iPhone. So I found out the other day, about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little more, but that if someone becomes a member on an iPhone through the Apple store, I guess, they're charging them $2.99 to become a member as opposed to $1.99. But if you go through your browser and then you go into the internet browser and then you go to youtube.com, then you go to Tsquare Talk, and then you go to the channel join, you can join. It's only $1.99. And it's worth doing. We will be running our event here in a couple days for some free silver for one lucky member. And there's not a lot of members right now. I'm shocked how few members. I'm actually contemplating, and don't run out and all of a sudden say, oh man, he might end it. Don't run out and cancel your membership yet, because I don't know. I might just keep doing it, even though it could get to a certain point where it's a loss if silver keeps going up. We've got right now 76 members. But some of them members are actually higher up levels, so that's why I haven't really recalculated yet, because I'm not really worried about it. I mean, let's be honest. I still look at silver as I bought it cheap. So if I'm giving someone an ounce of silver, it doesn't matter. I had someone today, I made a deal with him, and he bought my lunch. And he's like, do you have any silver quarters? I said, for how many you're getting? I said, how many you want? He said, 5. I said, you know what? You can buy me lunch and you can have them at the $10 that I paid. I bought them for $10. You can have 5 silver quarters for $10 each, $50. He's like, are you serious? You realize they're almost $15 a piece. I said, I'm not worried about it. And I don't know. I don't know if he paid for my lunch because he does work there. Maybe he gets a free lunch because he's an employee. And let's be honest, most employees that I know that work at any kind of a restaurant, they don't generally like to eat their own food because they see it every day. Me, if I helped out at a restaurant, I'd be eating my free meal every day. T-Roy, just sit back and enjoy the circus, boys. Absolutely. I cannot agree more. It literally is a circus. Nunya, I did some fear of missing out buying today from the U.S. Mint. I picked up some more American Silver Eagles before they sell out. Oh, man. I wish you were in my area. I would have hooked you up with some. I would have given you a really good deal. And mine are even certified, too. They're taking up too much space, the certified ones. I kind of want to clear out some of my certified stuff and maybe trade it off to some people for... I don't want to lose ounces because it's the ounces, but the certified stuff just takes up space. And some people like those certified things. Not me. I'm getting tired of them. Let's see. Little Smug Silver Dragon. What is up, buddy? Hope you're having a great night. The Asian markets are mixed at this exact moment. Okay, cool. Right now. That's good to know. I don't mind. I really don't. Because this is the thing. Any kind of a sell-off right now is, in my opinion, they're scared. They're scared what's going on. They know this ain't going to last. And remember, they've got delivery here. they've got to deliver today. Granted, it will probably get carried into the next day or two because of the holidays and stuff. I think they're going to try to get a lot of people to settle in cash. That beatdown could just be them trying to beat it down with short contracts, and it's going to be funny what some of these people are doing. I think it's going to bite them really good. Logan, what's up? Do you know what the spot price is in China? So at this exact minute, I don't. You can look up what is the spot price on the Shanghai. And then you might have to do the math with the conversion where you convert yuans to dollars, and then you might have to convert that price because that price, I think, is based off kilos. So depending on what you're looking at, you might have to divide that by 32.15, I think. I don't think. I'm sure it's 32.15, but it doesn't always show it in kilograms. Some sites now actually will convert a lot of that for you. But I would rather do the math myself just to double check stuff. I'd rather have physical than paper debt notes. Absolutely. I'm the same way as you. Digging Dave. A lot of people are, what just happened? A lot of people are talking down on 90% lately. But I'm still stacking. I'm still stacking it. What is your opinion on 90%? And I know now is not a good time to sell 90%. Yeah. Okay. So I had a friend today want to trade a 1 ounce gold eagle for silver. So I said, I'm not giving up silver for a gold eagle. I don't want gold that bad. So I called up a friend of mine, and that friend told me he is only willing to do spot for spot. So spot gold price versus spot silver price. And the only thing he is willing to do is give 90%. And I said, there is no way he's going to do that. In fact, I don't even think I'll entertain telling him that. But then I did, and it was like, no. I mean, a lot of people don't want 90%. There's a reason, 90% is cheap right now, or cheaper, because refineries, they'll take it, but they're paying low on that stuff. They don't want 90%. If you've got 90% and you have an opportunity to trade it up for $9.99 at no premium, just an instant swap, in my opinion, I would rather have the $9.99. Not financial advice, just my opinion. However, if you find 90% for sale, some people will give a better deal on that. I actually picked up some 90% for 25% under spot price. Now, I didn't get any offers like that today. Otherwise, I probably would have jumped on it thinking that the market should go up tonight, even though we're seeing a pullback right now. But I like 90%. I really do. I won't, if given this opportunity, do you want 90%, an ounce of 90%, which comes out to like $1.40, or do you want a 90% 1 ounce coin? I'd rather have the 90% 1 ounce coin. But if I'm going to save money and get more, then I'm taking the more. Because ultimately, I don't think it's going to matter down the road. People are going to start frantically. And as price goes up, there's a lot of people that can't afford a full 1 ounce of silver now. Money is getting tight. Like I said, that friend of mine that ended up picking 5 silver quarters up, 5 silver quarters is not the end of the world. It's less than an ounce, but it's not far off from an ounce when you think about it. And he was really happy to get it under spot. So that's my thoughts on 90%. I learned my lesson, and I have been buying when I can, and I'm holding. And that's, I think, Charles, the way to do it. Just pick up what you can when you can. Times are tough. I understand that. Prices, it feels like you're getting a lot less for your money, but that's okay. I mean, you just buy less. I ended up having someone ask me about and I'm going to do a video, I think, on it. He wanted to know more about my credit card purchase. He's like, dude, is that wise? And he asked me a few questions. And if some reason they didn't come up on my Q&A video. I didn't see the comment. I think he was on an Apple device, but he said the comment was still there when he looked at it, and it didn't have anything next to it. Every comment that I answer, if I saw the comment, I will put a reply under it. And my reply will just, it's a simple copy and paste reply. Hey, I liked your comment. I just read it on camera on our Saturday morning video. Oh, shoot. You know what? Maybe that's why. Eli, I don't know if you're still in the room, but maybe that's why. Because look at that. The thumbnail says Sunday morning. But it was actually Saturday morning because it went up yesterday. I don't know why it said Sunday morning. Darn. Maybe that's why you might have missed it. My Sunday morning video was the emergency video. I'm taking a quick look. Nunya, $91 American Silver Eagles at the U.S. Mint. Yeah, a lot of online dealers are asking, 86. So I totally understand the 91. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this year. If they're going to make them, to be honest, the new year, because it's so expensive. Are they going to have a hard time getting blanks? What's going to happen? Let's see. Pokemon. Sup, peeps? How's it going? Hope you're having a great night. Let's get caught up on some of these comments for a minute. Pokemon. It's Bulltide. Oh, you changed your name, buddy. Bulltide in the house. So that's awesome. Whoop, what happened there? Hold on. Just lost for a minute. Let's see here. Bulltide. Gonna hit $100 next week. That's actually what I think. I think we will see $100. In fact, Bulltide, I almost called you yesterday to see if you had any good deals at the company you're with. So Bulltide is actually Chris over at Universal Coin and Bullion. And sometimes they have some good deals. They get some really good stuff pop up once in a while. I like it when they get the spot price deals. I don't know if they've got anything like that right now, only because the demand is spiking. But they might have something. So I wish you had said. I don't know. I'm so far behind on the comments. I don't even know if you're still in the room, Chris. But definitely, if you guys get a chance and you're looking around, go check out the Universal Coin and Bullion website. Let's pull it up real quick. And if you do call over there, specifically ask for Chris Tribble. Chris, I think he's the only Chris there that has the last name that begins with T, as in Tsquare. Let's see if we can pull it up. Universal Coin and Bullion website. Let's take a quick look-see. Ba-boom. I was going to make a joke right here, but I shouldn't be mean. I was going to say, I can't say it. I'm sorry. Some of y'all know what I'm thinking right now as I'm hovering the mouse over the guy. But it is a really good company. I like them. Let's see. Right now, that's weird that it shows it up, but it shows it at 78. So $78 spot price right now, starting its way back up. These I thought were pretty cool. I was looking at the NRA, but NRAs, you can usually get a good deal as low as $81. But sometimes if you call Chris, he's going to hook you up. If you end up calling him, ask him if he's got any deals. There's no harm. Give him a call if you want. Say, hey, I heard your name pop up on Tsquare Talk. You got any deals? Just remember, Chris Tribble over at Universal Coin and Bullion. There's their number right there if you want to give him a call. Let's see. I'm just looking right now. They used to have a spot up here with deals, so you could actually see what their deals were at the time. They've actually taken that down, which was, I wish they would put that back up there. The little tab that says what they've got on sale. Because I'm one of these people that I've told you guys, I'm always looking for sales. What's on sale? What can I get the best deal on? I'm always looking. And don't get me wrong, I bought some cool items too in the past. But sometimes you see collectible coins on sale too. So that's an opinion. Each person has their own opinion of collectible coins. Okay, scrolling through because I don't even know if you're hearing any of this or if you're still in the room, Chris. Okay, what happened to that silver bar? I think the denomination had $10,000. So I actually kept that. That was the short video right here. I don't remember what the denomination was, but if you click on my shorts, I actually ended up picking up this. I bought that one, and I ended up buying this one. I bought them both. I kind of ended up getting a little bit of a deal on it because I didn't want to spend that kind of money with the price as high as it was, but I ended up saying, hey, can I trade you some ounces and pay the difference? So I ended up giving him some regular ounces of silver and then ended up paying the difference on it. So I ended up keeping both of them, actually. Sometimes you guys will see, I get asked that a lot, you know, all the stuff that I show on here, is it all mine? No, it's not. Sometimes I am selling something for someone. I'm helping them trade something. Sometimes I am reposting a video. So you might have seen this video right here that just went up the other day. I like the music that it had on there. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool music. And it did 1,100 views. But here's the thing. You scroll down. The same video is right here. The only difference is whether I'm talking or not. And as you scroll down even more, you might see it again. So someone's like, oh, my word, you have all that just sitting there? No, I don't. It's the same video. If you watch the video, it is identical. So I do sometimes repost videos. That's a way to try to get extra ad revenue. I might change stuff. I might talk over it. Let's be honest. People like looking at silver. So no, I don't have everything that you've seen on my channel over the years. I've opened up packages for friends, showed it off, and then they take it. And that's it. Most of the food that you see I've eaten, although I shouldn't claim that I was eating this because I know this stuff ain't good. German chocolate cake and all the different fudges. But most of the food I eat, that I do. Let's see, scrolling through some of the shorts. Yeah, like this right here. This wasn't all mine. This was stuff that I actually shot a video for a friend of mine. He's like, hey, so I've been saving stuff. I want to hear your honest opinion on if it has any value. And I was like, are you kidding me? That is an amazing collection to have just kicking around. Like you don't even collect silver. But he's like, does it have any value? I said, of course it has value. You had to know that. He's like, well, yeah, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Anything will make a difference. Let's see. Scrolling through, let's see. Pokemon. My uncle went to an antique shop today and got silver below spot. So, yeah, one of my buddies went to a resale shop and bought an old 2-ounce silver coin, had me test it, and he's like, it is silver? I said, what do you pay? He goes, $20. It doesn't say silver on it, though. He said, I kind of thought maybe it was, and I said, it's silver. Old silver was too cheap. It's, $5 an ounce, $4 an ounce. They didn't always write silver on everything. That bar right there that I showed you a minute ago on the short video, that didn't say silver on it. You had to know what it is, and you can test it. Jar Jar, hey, wake up. My dog's over there sleeping and crying in his sleep sometimes. I don't know what it is, just if it's dreaming or what. So, yeah, you can pick up some good stuff right now. A lot of people ain't up to date. I asked him, I said, did it have a price on it? He said, it did, but he said it didn't say silver anywhere on it, so I wasn't 100% sure. Rich, I sold enough for a lake property down payment in PMT. I'm guessing that's precious metals. Hold your metals, peeps. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sell my metals for cash. I don't want paper. That's just the way it is. Are the refineries still dismissing sterling and junk silver? No, they're just paying really low on it. They decided that they're going to start taking it, but they're going to pay a low percentage. So the good thing is they're taking it. The bad thing is they're lowballing people. And the lowball price is slowing down the flood of junk silver. Because if they were paying top prices for it, everybody would be selling it to them. But because they're paying low prices for it, it gives us an opportunity to pick that stuff up from them for cheaper, essentially. So I'm happy with that. What is up, John? Evening tea. I was watching Silver Dragons, Yankee Stacking, saw AppMax, SD Bullion, and JM all raised their spot price like $1.50 before the markets opened. Yeah, here's the thing. These companies ain't going to just give that stuff away. They know what they got, and I can't blame them. I mean, at this point, I don't think I would even let go of 8 ounce to a best friend. I mean, I guess I let go of 5 silver quarters. That's almost an ounce. But it was for a good friend of mine, and I said, you know what, 5 silver quarters for what I paid a few weeks ago is not going to matter to me. I'm helping a friend get something. And like I said, he bought me dinner or lunch, whatever. Let's see. God bless us with our 7th child on Christmas Eve. He was 3 ounces of silver waiting for him. Oh, he had 3 ounces of silver waiting for him already. I was like, what? Does that mean you're counting like a coin you bought? Like I just bought that. I traded for that 12 ounce. I just got another child. It was 12 ounces of pure 999. So someone obviously gave him 3 ounces of silver before he was even born. That's cool that you have family members that do silver. One from Dad, one from Grandpa, and one from my local coin shop owner. That is awesome. Get them started young. I feel so bad when people don't have any knowledge about silver and they inherit stuff. I actually was telling someone the story again. I've told this story 100 times online about Mr. Happy Stacker. I actually was telling someone that story yesterday. And someone's like, are you kidding me? He offered to sell you his whole collection. He didn't know. He was actually called Reluctant Stacker was his online name. And he reached out to me wanting to sell his stack and asked if I could help him out. And I told him I wouldn't sell, bro. And I took time just working with him individually. But I told a friend of mine that, and my friend's like, dude, you could have cleaned him out. You could have gotten it cheap. And I was like, dude, come on, man. Would you do that to me? He goes, no, because you're smart enough to know better. And I was like, that's awful, bro. But nah, that I could never do that to someone. That's someone's inheritance, essentially. When a relative leaves someone silver, it is so sad that they don't leave them the instructions with the silver. They just get left some silver, and then you just think they're a weirdo. You know, like, why was he holding all these coins with people's faces on them? I was talking to one girl. So I went out the other day to lunch with a friend of mine, and his girlfriend was telling me how she had got given a big silver coin when she graduated or when she turned 18 or whatever. I don't remember the exact reason. And at the time, the girl that gave it to her said, you know, it doesn't seem like much, but you hold on to it and you take care of it and it will be. And the girl's like, yeah, when I got it, it didn't seem like much. But knowing what I know today from you and from her boyfriend, I wished I had. She's like, I don't know where it is right now. I said, well, truth be told, it's probably just a generic ounce, you know, like a 5 ounce coin, a 10 ounce coin, probably not worth a ton from a collectible standpoint, but 10 ounces of silver is no joke right now. So definitely something to consider, explaining to people why. Otherwise, you're giving. I read one comment yesterday. It said, and I'm catching up on the comments. So if you're putting a comment in, I will get caught up. Don't think I didn't read your comment. It just takes time. There's a lot of comments up there. I was actually talking with someone the other day, and I lost my train of thought. What was it? That was that. I'm going to have to skip. Oh, I do remember what it was. Somebody left me a comment that said, I keep reading. I'm reading ahead on the comments. I shouldn't be doing that. That's what it throws me when I start doing it. Oh, well, it don't matter. I'm going to move on that one. Move on to the next one. So let's see here. Congrats on the new 7th child. That's awesome. Let's see here. They will put you in prison. Yeah, if you owe the government money and you don't pay it, they're going to lock you up. So I would never, don't ever try to cheat, Uncle Sam. Let's see, Ash. I have 125 ounces of silver. I feel like it's not enough, and I need to keep stacking even at these prices. But I'd like to see some sort of a pullback. So here's the thing. I mean, we saw a nice pullback tonight. $74 was pretty nice. I know it may not seem like a big pullback, $5, and it was quick, short-lived. That to me, I mean, it was fast, but that's okay. That's a nice pullback. Here's the thing, if you're just stacking a little bit regularly, you're doing good, in my opinion. 125 ounces. Let me just sum that up for you for a quick minute. 125 ounces is way more silver than the average person has. Think about what is going on. If you're invested in silver and silver keeps going up at the rate it's going up, I think we're just tipping the iceberg right now. I think we've got a lot of room to go with silver. And I think there will be a lot of volatility in the next couple days, a lot of opportunities for you guys to pick stuff up. I mean, now look, we're only down 77 cents from the open. They crushed it down and they couldn't hold it. All of a sudden, it's already going back up. People are buying that silver up. I mean, they were trying to, and they might have done it right here, trying to trigger forced sells, but I don't think they could have at $81 because a lot of that jump climbed, and those people, if you zoom out real quick, let's take a look. Take a look at this. So the market's opened at 79.40, 79.30. And it instantly gapped up to 81.90. And then the price started climbing from there. We seen the selling start. The short selling started. Once it got to $80.90, it fell. I mean, it just plunged all the way down. I think someone just left me someone became a member. I don't know how to look at that right now. Whoever just hit the member, or I think they became a member, B, it just says B right here, member. I can't see it right now because if I move my thing all the way down to catch up, I won't find the spot where I'm at. So I apologize. Actually, can I look at it here maybe if I do this? It might show up here in a minute. Oh, right there. Battle Cryptologist just became a member. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you becoming a member. That is awesome. I didn't know if I'd be able to see it because I can't scroll down on the comments or I'll lose my position. I'll never find this spot because there's almost no bookmarks and stuff. No way to bookmark my position. But thank you so much for becoming a member. We're trying to get to 100 members. If we get to 100 members, we are going to have an awesome member event. If we don't get to 100 members, we're still going to have a members event. And I'll just do that big one that I was planning where I have all the cool prizes and I showed you guys. That will just be further down the road next month. And I'll mention it again next month. So it's don't feel like anybody's going to miss out on anything. Like, oh, man, I became a member just for that big event and then he didn't run it. Like I said, I'm only going to do those coins if them prize options if we get to 100, once we get to 100 members. And a lot of that has to do with I'm seeing collectibles hit the market now at regular bullion prices. And that to me is insane. So I'm willing to pass those on to members. Essentially, instead of a regular bullion coin, I'll give someone a certified something they like coin. And each person, those of you that know me, some of y'all don't really know me because you're not a member maybe and you haven't interacted a whole lot with me one-on-one. The people that have became members and interact with me more one-on-one, they know if they've won, I've worked with them. I had one person ask me, hey, instead of my 1 ounce prize, I'd be interested in those Pokemon balls. I'll take them off your hands. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. 6 Pokemon balls or 1 ounce of silver. So I ended up doing it. To me, it's a prize. I didn't care. Something else just happened. I don't know what, though. so bear with me. Scott McNeil has super chatted $2. Just doing this to mess with you. It was a little easier to find it the second time. The first time, I didn't know how to find it, but now I know how to find it. I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I can't go down and look, but I know something happened. But it's funny because it didn't say super chat up here. I thought it would up here. So I was like, does that mean another person with a B just became a member? So thank you though so much, Scott. I don't mind that you're messing with me. I'm definitely thankful for the $2 super chat. I can't thank you enough. Super chats definitely help out the channel, especially, I mean, I'll be honest, it helps. Real quick, let's see. Let's try to push down in some of these comments and get them going. Let's see here. So yeah, 125 ounces is awesome. A lot of people don't even have anywhere close to that. A lot of people don't even have 1 ounce, believe it or not, which is mind-blowing. I actually joked with a friend of mine today. I went into his pizza restaurant and I said, Bulltide, becoming a member. Thank you so much, Bulltide. I appreciate that. I don't know if you just heard, I was actually giving you a shout out. So if anybody wanted to give you a call tomorrow during working hours, Universal Coin and Bullion, you could give Chris a call. And ask for Chris Tribble. Ask him, tell him what you're thinking, what you're looking for. You're looking to maybe pick up a little silver. Universal Coin and Bullion, I would give him a call. It's not going to hurt just to call, talk to the guy for a few minutes, see if he's got anything on special. I don't know if he does have anything on special because prices are going to change pretty rapidly tonight. I was really liking this right here. 81.92, the police one. That's pretty awesome, I thought. So definitely it's worth giving him a call. Real quick, let me get caught up on some of these comments. I apologize for not being able to. I'm a little slow on the comments because we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's see. So yeah, back to where I was. And then I'm going to start moving a little quicker. 125 ounces is a lot of silver. Don't sell yourself short on that. No, not many people have that. How's it going, sir? What is up, Reckless Collections? Hope you're having a great evening. Thank you very much for being a member. And thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great night. Alan, we pay tax up front on silver. Yeah, I mean, some of y'all pay taxes when you buy it. In fact, some states are changing that. I'm lucky enough to be in a state that does not have a tax on precious metals. Let's see. Nit Diver 5. I'm not sure I said that right. Nate Diver. Maybe it's Nit Diver. Nitdiver. That is what the 2A is for. The 2A. I'm not sure what he means by the 2A. I'm sorry. Let's see here. 49's fine. Are you holding silver until the currency changes, or what price would you sell for paper? So that's actually a good question. No, I'm not holding. Silver is money. Silver is a savings account. I am not going to be one of those people that hold it only until the dollar collapses. The dollar may never collapse. Let's be honest. It may evolve. It may change. But I'm pretty confident the price of silver is going to keep going up. Now, the next part of that question was, what price would you sell at? I would sell my silver, one, if I didn't have to pay taxes on the gains. And I know that's right now is not in anybody's mind. But you have to understand, soon silver is going to be critical. The government could come out and say, we're going to confiscate your silver. Everybody's silver. Turn it in. You have a month to turn it in. How many people? I would probably throw it in the ocean before I threw my silver away to somebody like that for that reason. So with that being said, you have to understand that. There's going to be a lot of people that won't turn their silver in, that will resist. I mean, people, unfortunately, a lot of stuff happens. There's going to be a lot of people. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but think about it. You're going to give your stuff away for free to Uncle Sam, or are you going to just throw it away for free? Everybody's going to have a different opinion. I know some people are watching this right now. They're saying that would be crazy, throw your silver in the ocean. Maybe it would be, but if I'm forced to give it up, I mean, it would be a very difficult choice. But the government doesn't have to do that. They print money out of thin air. We give money all the time to every other country in the world. All they have to do is announce it's strategic. We need it for the country. And if you sell it to us, we'll give you a check for it. You won't even have to pay taxes. We'll also give you a really cool pin or button that says, I helped out the United States government. I'm sure your neighbors will love you. And, so sell it. I would definitely sell it if it was tax-free. If I could take my money right now, I would sell it. But I would reinvest that money instantly in something else, like some property, a new vehicle maybe a down payment on something cool. Who knows? I'm not going to hold nothing, though. Let's see. Pokemon, Ash saying, Pokemon, this was actually to Chris. I went into an antique shop and got a 2016 coin for $70 spot price. Nice. An Australian coin, obviously. It's got a little kangaroo there. So, yeah, I mean, that's a really good deal. Let's see, Walks With Me. Thinking about getting a metal detector and a gold pan. Gold pan would be really fun depending on what state you're in. I've always wanted to try that. I would love to go somewhere and try panning for gold. I think it would be a lot of fun. It would have to be somewhere where they have found gold. I'm probably not going to do it in Texas, but it would definitely be worth going up to the Rockies or to Alaska and try it out. So who knows? Ben, should I trade numismatics for golds and silver bullion? So if I'm getting 1-for-1, no. If you're going to trade a numismatic coin, 1 ounce numismatic gold coin for a generic 1 ounce gold coin or a regular eagle, then no. I would say no. I'd rather have the numismatic. If you have an opportunity to trade for extra gold or for extra silver, in that case, I would definitely consider it. I'll give you an example. You have a really nice Carson City Morgan dollar collectible year, and all of a sudden someone says, "Hey, I'll give you 40 Morgan dollars for that one because that's a rare year or something." I don't know what some of these collectibles go for. I know some of them are expensive. Then yeah, I would rather have more. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, but that's just my opinion. Let's see. Hey T, checking in late. Silver is rocketing it. Still buying it. Yeah, I still buy when I can. I still pick. Oh, is that accurate? I wasn't even paying attention to the chart. I was looking off to the side over here, and then I looked up 17 cents. So yeah, they sold 50 million ounces. Got sold from here down to here, and we're pretty much right back where we opened at. So yeah, this is a joke to me. It's just comical. Let's see. But yeah, that would be my thoughts. I would be willing to trade more if I had, something special. Let's see. Alan, Google. Yeah, you can definitely Google some really good deals out there if you look around. Silver Solutions. You need to cut and run shorts and shorter content to garner more traction. You're my favorite, but to get the message, you need attention grabs. Quality, but shorter content. So here's the thing. I'm going to talk about this just for a minute. I have heard that. I've heard a lot of people say, you know what, I just like watching your video. I don't care if they're long. I really enjoy your content. When I used to do 15-minute max videos, I used to do my videos and they would never go over 15 minutes. Some people like that. The problem with that is some people could see and could tell that I was holding back a lot of information. Beating around the bush, assuming that you know what certain terms mean, and then I would have a lot of comments that's like, I don't know what you mean when you say short. I don't know what you mean when you say spot. I don't know what you mean when you say premium. I don't know what you mean when you say words that I don't want to say some people should just know what these words mean, because there are people that are new to stacking. And I like to think of my channel as, here's the thing. Let's be honest.
I'm not even going to lie to you. There's a lot of YouTube channels that are better than mine. They have better graphics. They've got shorter content. And they kind of talk with all these big jargon words that I don't like. Oh, we're in the process of contango right now. People hear that and they're like, what the hell's contango? I don't know what that means. You know, I mean, I know what it means, but a lot of people don't. So when they hear, oh my gosh, it's contango, what's contango? You know, I mean, that's why I like doing my videos long sometimes. I do a lot of short videos. Keep in mind, I do short videos probably 5 or 6 a week. But those short videos are 1 to 3 minutes. That's what I call a short. My videos do run a little long. But here's the thing. Even if you just watch 15 minutes of a long video, I think you get a lot of information out of it. Now, these videos, you got to understand. This is a live stream. I was bored tonight. I said, you know what? I'm going to get on here and answer questions, chit-chat. I know I'm way behind on comments. I will see your comments. We got 33 people in the room. I can't see how many thumbs up there are. Hopefully there's a lot of thumbs up. Hopefully with 33 people viewing the channel right now, hopefully there's at least 33 thumbs up. And hopefully there's someone right now clicking that thumbs up button saying, oh, I didn't even hit it yet. You know, because they're so excited maybe to hear the content. So I do try to do that. I try to mix up the videos. Obviously, Saturday morning videos are going to be long. I answer every comment. That's your opportunity. Friday video is your opportunity to write a comment, any comment, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to read the comment, and then I'm going to talk about it. It's a way, you're basically getting direct with me, and you don't have to be a member. Now, if you are a member, you're probably interacting with a little bit more than the average person that's not a member. Maybe you're emailing me. Maybe you're chatting with me in Discord. Who knows? So you get more of a one-on-one. Some people even message me on Discord, and they're like, don't share this with anybody, but what do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't mind. I won't share it. I mean, even if I did share it, you're not going to know who it was that told me that. They couldn't hunt you down. But, I mean, it is something to think about. Let's see. So that's my kind of answer on the shorter videos. Going to try to go and get some more pennies. Good luck. Pennies are getting harsh to get. I actually talked to someone yesterday, and they're like, he didn't even know what was going on with pennies. Like, what do you mean there's a penny shortage? Why would anybody want pennies? There's plenty of them. And I was like, oh, they're short. Let's see. Diggin' Dave walks with me 2,841 penny boxes. What? Hold on. Are you saying, Diggin' Dave, that you have that many of them? Hold on a minute. Is that... I won't see your comment for about 20 minutes, probably 5-10 minutes at least. 2,841 times 25. No, that's got to be a typo. You're not sitting on $71,000 in pennies. That would be insane if you've got that in pennies. The most I've ever seen was 895 boxes. I thought that was pretty impressive. I was like, 800 boxes of pennies? I said, dude, at $60 a box of pennies, you've got a huge profit. He actually got offered $40,000 for his penny collection. It came out to roughly $65 a box of pennies. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck? But they wanted all of them. And he's like, there could be some good stuff in there. I'm not selling. And I was like, damn. But what do you do with that kind of money? I mean, when you really think about it. And it's easy to grow one. For some people out there, you start buying boxes of pennies. Now you ain't growing them too quick. You've already missed the boat on them. You're lucky if you've got that many boxes of pennies, if that's what that means. I'm curious to get to the bottom, Diggin' Dave. And I know you've got a YouTube channel, so it would make sense that you have a lot of them. But, wow, that'd be crazy. Ready for the tax return to come back to pay off my debt and buy more gold and silver. So unfortunately, I still haven't even filed my 2024 taxes. I filed extensions. They owe me, so my accountant said, no, as long as they owe you, you ain't in trouble. But why would you not want your money now, knowing you? I would, but I got too much to do right now. So, I'm working at it. Yeah, okay, I'm not horribly bad behind because I can already see that membership.
Digging Dave, with prices so high, I'm just going to take any money after all bills are paid and get some 1 ounce rounds, some 90% silver, a little bit of gold here and there. Sound should work out down to the road. Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. That's exactly what I'm doing. But remember, I don't get to buy as much right now because I still got to pay that card off. I borrowed money on my credit card at 0% interest for 1 year. Still got 6 months on it. I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to stop. I hate to say it, stop buying at these prices. And that's it. Stop buying at these prices and pay that card off. And by the time it comes due, I mean, right now, if I didn't buy that metal, I'd be buying at $81. And I think I can't even say $81 because you can't buy silver at $81 right now unless you're just lucky. So yeah, but that's not a bad plan. Just pick up what you can, and if you have any doubt, pick up a box of pennies if you can. You ain't gonna go wrong. A $25 box of pennies is always gonna be $25 or more. Let's see here. I will take 40%, 35% for the right price. Absolutely. Someone said they were getting 35% nickels for $3 a piece. That's awesome. Let's see here. Next comment. Hold on, I was trying to pronounce that name. Unfortunately, I can't play. A dude playing a dude. I think that's how you pronounce that. Sometimes when there's no spaces, it's hard to read. It's like a run-on name. If you had the cup, if you had the cap, would you buy 1 ounce gold or all to silver? Okay. I had to think for a second. If you had the money, what would you buy? 1 ounce gold or put it all in silver? If I had $4,600, I would probably go all silver right now. I would go all silver. I think silver has more to run. I think we're in a short squeeze. I think they understand what's going on. When you have huge amounts of short positions getting made trying to beat the price down, they know they're in trouble. All they can do is just keep beating it down. But the problem is this is going to catch up with them. It already is catching up with them. That's why it's breaking through. I don't even think we've came close to how high we're going to go. And if we find out that a bank did go under on Sunday, there's going to be a lot more to continue. And that just goes to show what's going on, in my opinion. But that's not confirmed yet, so we're not going to get too much into that. But yeah, I would rather have... I wish I didn't buy the gold that I did buy. I don't have a lot, but I wish I didn't buy what I did buy. Now, hold on. When I say that, I also am glad I didn't hold cash. I put the money to silver instead. Let's see here. I would have put the money to silver instead of the gold, is what I mean. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Mr. T. How's it going? Hope you're having a great one. Thank you so much, Christian. I'm doing pretty good. Nunya. T is not square at all. Yeah, I'm not square at all. Let's see. Silver kills werewolves. Oh, I shouldn't have said the K word. Silver will take out a werewolf. Walks with me. What purity of silver do you need to take out a werewolf? I would assume it's 999 silver, based by the movies, but who knows? Let's see, Ben. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's definitely getting exciting right now. Christian, sterling silver works. Pick up, if you can pick up any silver, pick it up, especially if you can get a good deal on it. Not sponsored by the U.S. Mint. Yeah, I'm not sponsoring the U.S. Mint. In fact, I wouldn't even buy anything from the U.S. Mint. I would rather buy on the secondhand market from a bullion company. It's usually cheaper with them. I know it sounds crazy, but it seems to work out that way. There's a lot of good deals out there. There's a lot of people selling. They think we're at a high. Robert, good evening, T. Peace. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great evening. I'm guessing that's what the peace means, that the bird, when you see the dove. Peace and love. Let's see, Ben. All the constitutional is heading to the melters eventually, unfortunately. Mine ain't. Well, unless I let some go, I guess maybe it could. Who knows? Walks with me. Why did the Long Ranger use silver bullets? I don't know. I'm guessing that's some kind of a joke. I'm not sure the answer to that. Bankster Slam, completely ignored by Asia. $90 spot price in China. Exactly. That's exactly why I am not sweating this at all. So not at all. This is nothing. I'm not even blinking. We're up 66 cents now. Just out of curiosity, how are we looking here? Because if you don't know, silver was number 2 for a little bit. Battle Cryptologist. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Now I'm officially there, so now I can say it. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you becoming a member. It helps out the channel more than you know. And for $1.99, it's well worth it in my opinion. Definitely jump on and check out our Discord. You can find the link below most of my videos. If the link don't work, I will make it a point to put an updated link in tomorrow morning's video. So you can join right now the Discord absolutely free. We post a lot of stuff on there. If you post stuff on there, try to post specifically to the room. You may not get posting privileges instantly, but if you shoot me a message, if I've seen you in the chats before, reason not everybody has posting privileges. Sometimes people get on and they want to just smash talk stuff and put negative posts and stuff, and so usually we vet them a little. We see when they join. I look and see if they're subscribed to the channel, what's going on. Live is the best way to watch Tsquare talk. Yeah, a lot of people like watching lives. I'm not a big fan of lives, but I know there's a lot of people that are that like doing the live streams, so that's why I do them once in a while, and when I don't have anything to do, it's worth it. Are you an architect? Have you read The Fountainhead? I'm not sure what that is. No. Not an architect either, though. Electrician by trade, but I was also a lot of stuff. I got a degree in business, a degree in electrical science, a liberal arts degree. I did computers for the military, but I've way fell off of that. Let's see. Conrad, thank you for becoming a member. Battle Cryptologist. Yes, thank you very much. Can't thank you enough for that. Scott, just messing with me, doing the $2 super chat just so I could hear the ding and not know what it went to. Yes, thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. Let's see. BJ, it's green again, brother. Smiles. Absolutely. We're up $1 right now. Look at that. $1 up already. Whoever shorted 50 million ounces has to be crying right now. They just threw 50 million ounces of paper, and it already jumped up $1, and they lost $50 million in that transaction. So they spend 4 hours. They lost $50 million in 4 hours. They have to understand China is going to eat through this. Anything hits the market, China is eating it up. They don't care. People are in trouble. This is going to get ugly. But here's the thing. Whoever beat this price down, I think they had someone else buying physical. So, they might beat the price down and then instantly got some physical right behind it. And then now it's going right back up. We're going to see some volatility. It's exciting, though. Chris, thank you so much for becoming a member. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Do werewolves represent banks? They're affected by the same silver, I believe. So who knows? Let's see. Ask for Chris Tribble and mention ad code Tsquare Talk for the special. So that is awesome, Chris. So you guys heard it. Tomorrow, if you do call Chris at Universal Coin and Bullion, he's a friend of mine. I've been friends with him for years now. I actually met him one day out of the blue when I went over there. I remember the first time I went to Universal. I thought it was like a little coin shop. I actually walked in and they're like, how much are you looking to spend? I said, I'm looking to get like $2,000 in junk silver. And the owner of the company comes out and he's like, do we have anything that small? He goes, you mean 2,000 in junk silver or you mean 2,000 in total cost? And I was like, 2,000 total cost. They're a big company. They don't have random people walking up and buying silver unless you're buying some huge amount. They usually just ship it to you. So yeah, it was kind of crazy for them to see some random person just walk in
But super nice people. So if you do call him tomorrow, talk to Chris, ask for Chris Tribble, and mention Tsquare Talk for a special. That's cool. I appreciate that. Let's see. Silverback Stacker. What is up, T? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Didn't realize you was live. Yeah, I wasn't really gonna go live. It kind of popped up this morning. I had briefly mentioned it in the morning video, and some people were like, "Is he gonna go live?" So yeah, I kind of had to after I had mentioned it. Yeah, that's logical opinion. They don't get my silver. Yeah, they're not getting my silver. I'm not giving my silver up for paper just to sit in a bank. You know why? They didn't want to pay us any interest on our money when we were putting our money in for all those years. Now people are waking up. They don't want to give their money to the bank, so the banks can lend it out at 6% and give us nothing. Nothing. Well, it's a savings account. We don't really pay interest on savings accounts. You want interest, put it in a CD. Why? You're using my money. You're loaning it out to other people. And it's fractional reserve banking. So they just borrow more money against the money you put in there. Let's see. They'll buy it for $100. Revalue it to $250 next week. So that comes back to my comment earlier about I would sell it tax-free for $100. But you said revalue it $250 next week. I'm not convinced that they would revalue it that quick. It would take them a little time to revalue it. But here's the thing. If you took the 100 and you invested it in something else, like if you've got the space copper, land, a farm, a homestead, something that you need. I mean, a lot of people have homes and they're still making monthly payments. If they lose their job, they're probably going to lose their home. So I would definitely sell some of my silver if I didn't have to deal with the paperwork and the red tape, So, and you're right. You're 100% right. They would. If they put that out, hey, give us your silver. We'll give you $100 an ounce. Spot price is only $80. You can bet within 3 to 6 months, they're going to revalue it. They're going to give it plenty of time to turn it in. They're going to give people probably a whole month to turn it in. And as people turn it in, once they've got it, then they'll revalue it. Let's see. Melt it down into musket balls and send them back a little at a time. Laugh out loud. Yeah, some people will do that. I picked up some U.S. Mint American Silver Eagles today as well. A lot of people picking that stuff up right now. People like the Silver Eagles. I'd be curious what you paid for your Silver Eagles. How much did you pay on your Silver Eagles, if you don't mind me asking? Was it $84.40? Although technically, keep in mind, silver's up quite a bit right now. So we're back up in the green again. But brand new 2026, $84.40. So this deal's out there. And who knows, maybe they even have a special right now if you like one at spot or something. I see a lot of companies try to offer specials. But like I said, I've always bought a lot of stuff from Universal. I like them. Specifically because I'm friends with Chris, but let's see. Melted down musket balls, picked up some of those. I may be doing a trade tomorrow at my local coin shop. Silver for gold. Hold on. Are you giving them silver or are you giving them gold? I would not want to give up any silver at 60 to 1 or 57 to 1. We're getting to that point where it's really hard to make a quick decision. I would have to get a break. But refineries are buying gold left and right. They'll still take gold is as good as cash right now. Whereas some silver, it would have to be good silver for me to want to give up at this ratio. Because we're getting into the point. I'm not at the point yet where I will trade my silver for gold. I will not do that until we're down 30-ish, 30 to 1, maybe a little bit at 40 to 1, but I don't even know if I would do that. Gold is my only precious metal you can find in the wild, in rivers, old mines. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I've talked to people that have done it. I had one person shoot me a email, said you can find gold in every state. Don't kid yourself. Because earlier I said that too. I said I wouldn't go hunting gold in Texas. But I guess some people say you can find it in every state. I would not take a check for them.
I say in their balance sheet they have to pay cash. Here's the thing, you take a check every time it would probably be honestly a direct deposit, to be honest. It'd probably be a direct deposit if it's from the government. Most people will get checks anyway I get a retirement check from the military. I meant to say let's see here. Charles, AppMax has the silver price at $80.52. Currently, that was a while ago. I guarantee you AppMax is not at $80.50 when the spot price is at $80.50. So that was a little bit ago. I'm reading that comment late, but I'm just going to check real quick. Let's just see, because I'm not a fan of them. AppMax silver prices. It's not going to come up. Hold on. Oh, it did come up. Let's see what they have the spot price right this minute, because I don't want any confusion. What? Something ain't right. $80.41. Oh, 81. Okay, so they're up 80 cents over spot right now. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's what I don't like. Let's compare. I don't know if Chris has any more of these. You'll have to put that in the comment, Chris. Do y'all have these bars? Because I know I got a bunch of these from you. $90.12 as low as $90. You're talking $9 over spot for a 1 ounce silver flag bar? That is crazy to me. And that's supposed to be their deals. I'm not even clicking on their, and I probably shouldn't say they're high, but let's see what a Silver Eagle's going for. Just an R choice Silver Eagle. I'm curious now. Top pick. Random year. $93. So if you want a Silver Eagle, you're paying $12 over spot for a random whatever Eagle. So yeah, I know some people like them. Some people do like them. I've talked to people and I'm like, have you checked around? Do you actually shop around, or you just like them? I'm going to let you guys in the comments right now. Go ahead and put in the comments what you think about, I don't know, what you think about them prices. Let's see. Scott McNeil. Hey, Silverback Stacker, good to see you. Yeah, Silverback Stacker actually has a YouTube channel. He don't post much anymore, but he did have one. So you can still click on him and hit that subscribe button. You'll see some cool stuff. The silver price is going up really fast on AppMax right now. Yeah, silver is moving. Price is going up. Price is moving. We're up $1.10 now. It's not going to be long before I think we just push forward. There were a lot of people that sold. This was crazy that people did sell into this, but some people got forced, I believe. But we'll see. See what happens in a day or two. Let's see. The silver price is going up really fast. Thank you. 45 thumbs up right now. 30 people viewing. 44 watching. It's showing you guys 44 are watching. 45 thumbs up. I'm only seeing 33 viewers, but that's just me right now. Diggin' Dave. No, that was the person's name I was talking to. Oh, okay. I have 157 circulated boxes of pennies. Haha. My goal is 200. My bank still lets me order pennies. You are lucky. Not everybody's bank is letting them order pennies right now, which I think is sad. They're already tightening up. Even that's a lot of pennies. You know, your goal is 200 boxes. I don't even know what I got. I pick them up once in a while, throw them in my storage unit, and they just sit there. Sometimes I'll go through them, but not that often. I ain't got time for all that. It's easier just for me to pick them up, throw them in my storage unit for down the road. I know I got them. So let's see. With the penny ending, I started stacking penny boxes away because I go through boxes for the channel content. I have over 700 pounds of copper from just pulling copper pennies. Yeah, so I got a friend who's also a member of the channel, New Marshall in town. I know you probably know him. He's mentioned you to me multiple times, your channel. That's how I knew you had a channel too. He's big on penny hunting and stuff. So Let's see. Wow, I can't believe how much silver has gone up since Christmas. But I will be buying a few more ounces in the next couple days. Hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you very much, Karen. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. And, well, New Year's is coming, but cash is not king anymore. Unfortunately, that's right and a little different. Cash is not king anymore, but unfortunately, most people still think it is, which is funny. I had a friend of mine tonight. He's like, I don't understand that, dude. He goes, you can't eat silver. You can't exactly go to the store and just buy food with it. I said, look, this guy just gave me my dinner for free. I said, just to get a couple ounces. I said, so see, you can in a way. It just takes a little thinking. Let's see, 958 will do it. 958 will do it. Not sure what that means exactly, 958. Oh, I guess maybe that's the time. I'm not sure. 958. Great video, T. I watch every day. Wife Tara has her watching. We're very excited. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching every day, hitting that thumbs up. I really do. I can't thank you enough. I hope you and your wife have a great evening. And thank you so much for leaving a comment, too. Let's see. The Fountainhead is a book by Anne Rand. I'll have to look that up. Definitely, I'm curious what that's about. Losing $50 million has to hurt. Yeah. And now it's even more than that. It's $50 million and a quarter of that. So we're actually at $62.5 million right now that they're down on that. And as that price goes up, that's going to hurt even more. I think you'd be crazy to take a short position right now. So $50 million then, $62.5 million now at the time of reading the comments. Yeah, Tsquare is a tool used by architects. That's why I asked. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look it up. Let's see, Dave. Hey, look who's live. Thank you so much, Dave. I hope you're having a great evening, Dave. Thank you very much for stopping in. Oh, I'm all caught up on comments almost. Hold on, I'm about ready to get there. Nice. That's cool. We haven't been caught up for a little while. I was getting worried. I'm sure some people slowed down on writing comments because they're like, man, he ain't never going to get to it. Let's see. Where was I? Friday, 10 Eagles, $83.50. 10 Eagles on Saturday, $87.50 in Kansas City. I think I read your comment in Kansas City. That makes me remember. I think I read your comment the other day, and you had said it was hard to find some stuff for sale in Kansas City. Yeah, you got to shop around to find it anywhere right now. I can't pronounce that name. Let's see. Let me think how that could be. I'm just going to say 827. You know who you are. Hiawatha. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. What is up, my man? Hope you're having a great evening. Bull Tide, I think we only have 10-ounce flag bars right now. So that's a possibility. They do only have 10-ounce flag bars. They don't have the... But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. My opinion, silver is silver. If you get a deal on a piece of silver, I'm going to pick it up. I don't really care what it is. A flag bar, they're cool, but it can be any bar of silver, any ounce of silver. An ounce of silver is an ounce of silver. So, yeah, definitely worth giving him a call. And for those of you that are joining late, Bull Tide is Chris Tribble over at Universal Coin and Bullion. Give him a call. Tell him, hey, I heard your name on the channel last night. I'm looking to pick up some stuff. I'm looking for a good deal, looking for something that might go up in value. You got any good recommendations? Looking here, I like this coin right here, the back the blue coin, 1 ounce of silver. It's generic, but it's still cool in my opinion. Definitely worth looking around. Give him a call. Just talk to him, even if you just give him a call and say, hey. And I'm not endorsed by them in any way. I'm just friends with them, so that's why. And you can see he's a member of the channel too. So, let's see. We do have the 1 ounce flag. We do have the 1 ounce flag bar still. Oh, you actually just. Oh, you got your laptop in front of you, so you can see what the good deals are right now. You already know what you got and what you don't got. So if anybody is looking for that, they do have some 1 ounce flag bars. Silver mining stocks are still pretty cheap. A lot of people. So that's a good comment right there. A lot of people are thinking tomorrow we're going to see a big run up on silver mining stocks. It's a possibility. With the silver price going up, they're going to need to ramp up. But the problem is silver is a byproduct, which means even if you pump the mines at full capacity, even if you run them round the clock, you're still not going to be able to up the amount of silver that they need right now. So, ooh, there you go, right there. 1 ounce flag bars, $83.02 right now. You just saw an AppMax $90. I would definitely, that's a good deal. What is up, T? Hope you're having, and the only reason I brought up the 1 ounce flag bar was because I had picked up a bunch of them when they came out. I thought they were cool. They had a lot of specials when they first came out at spot price. You could get the flag bar, $29, I think it was when they first came out. And I was like, I'll take it. I don't care what it is. Spot price, even if I can only get 1 or 2, I'll still take it. Let's see. Picked up 5 American Silver Eagles tonight, $88 each. I still want to reach my 500 very soon. Well, there you go. You just paid $88.86. You could have called Chris and got him for $86.52 for my 2026 Silver Eagles. Are $86.52 right this second. He's got his laptop open. So even though he don't take orders at night, he's got his laptop open. So he's seeing what they're at right now. So give him a call. Let's see. I was going through a box of pennies the other day, and I found a 1909. That is insane. I've never found a 1909. And I've even bought whole collections. I did buy one collection that had a bunch of books of pennies, but it didn't have a 1909 in the 1909 spot. Somebody swapped it out somewhere along the way. So that was kind of a bummer. I've never held. Well, I did hold a 1909 that was certified a 6. It was PCGS graded 6 and beat to heck. So needless to say, I didn't want it. You were at the top of my YouTube most watched channels for 2025. I enjoy your content. Thank you so much, Jack. I super appreciate that. I can't thank you enough for that. Diggin' Dave, I got 6 silver dimes from one dime box last night. I love silver at face value. Wow. So I don't find many dimes. I am lucky on finding silver nickels. I don't even think the average person knows or hunts nickels. So I find that nickels have the best find percentage. I actually I ended up going to the bank one day and I got a bunch of rolls of nickels. I do ask for nickels if I have the opportunity to. I dropped the rolls at the door, and as I'm picking them up, I found a silver nickel. I was like, what in the world? And then I was so excited. I thought maybe the whole roll would be silver, but it wasn't the case. But it was still pretty cool finding one in a drop like that, literally. So, yeah. Finding 6 silver dimes, that's awesome. A silver dime right now is $4.50 right now. So, definitely worth finding them for free. You're talking $4.50 times 6. You're talking $25, $26, something like that. So pretty cool there on that. Let's see. Most of the silver is just regular bullion, but I do buy some graded silver eagles. Probably have about 18 of them, and probably a good 130 of just regular bullion. What are your thoughts on graded coins? So I pick up graded coins when I can get them close to the same price as the other coins. So I did reach out to a coin shop up in New England who had a bunch of certified coins. He bought a 2,000 ounce Australian spider collection. 2,000 ounces of certified spiders. He also had a lot of certified eagles. I picked up a couple of good orders from him. But at first I wanted to know, okay, if I pick up this many certified spiders,
what kind of deal will you give me? If I'm picking them up for myself, I'm picking them up for friends. And he told me, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do that if you add in or replace 25 of them for 25 certified silver eagles. They can be anything. I don't care what they are. He gave me the spiders at $37 a piece, certified Australian funnel web spiders. I bought 100 of them, and I bought them for myself and other people. And needless to say, just before I accepted the deal, I said, I'll do it if you swap 25 of them for any 25 certified coins. They have to be coins from a government. He replaced 25 of them with 25 random year certified silver eagles. So they were just mixed years, nothing super special. So obviously when the order came in, I kept the eagles, and the other people that were in on the order, they all got the funnel web spiders. So yeah, I mean, I like them if I can get a deal on them. I don't really like to pay too much more for them if I can avoid it, but sometimes you just can't avoid it. And right now, there's a lot of people that are willing to sell certified eagles for $100. You think about it, an American silver eagle is $91 at the mint. If you can pick one up for $100, that $9 extra, that means every 10 somebody sells, they can get an 11th eagle for free. If they're taking the money and just swapping it back in. Personally, I would even be willing, if you were in my area, most of you are not, if someone came up to me and said, hey, will you give me 10 of those certified silver eagles for 11 nice condition silver eagles? That's an extra ounce of silver. I would take that in a minute. So you have to understand how I'm looking at that. I'm looking at how can I get more silver. And certified eagles take a lot of space. If you're like me and you're limited on space, because I can't keep stuff at my house like some of y'all can. Too many people know what I do. I'm not going to risk getting broken into. I have been broken into. But I can tell you this, when me and my ex separated, I'd asked, I said, do you want any of this? Do you want to go half on, you want any of the furniture or anything? And she's like, no, I don't want any of your hand-me-down furniture, the stuff you picked up on the side of the road or whatever. So yeah, I'm tight with my money, guys. I'm not going to lie. The most recent nice couch that I got, guy wanted $250. And I said, he asked me, he goes, if you want it, you can have it for $100. I said, I'll give you an ounce of silver. And he even said, will you go 2 ounces of silver? I said, no, I'll go 1 ounce of silver if you want to trade. And he's like, yeah, what the heck, I'll do it. So I ended up getting that couch, nice couch, an ounce of silver. Here's the thing. When I gave that ounce of silver to him, it was worth $50. Then when I physically handed it to him, it was worth $65. Today, that physical ounce of silver is now worth, you might as well say, $85. So it ain't going to be long before that silver is probably worth more than the couch. So that couch I ended up, I'm going to keep for myself. And then my old couch, I'm just going to give it to my dogs and let them sleep on it and stuff as their couch. And that way, if they ruin my old couch, it doesn't matter. Because I don't like the dogs on my personal furniture. I know it sounds bad to some people, but let's see. I'm going to make T-shirts that say, here's the thing. It T-shirts. Hold on. I gotta reread that. I'm going to make T-shirts that say, here's the thing. It T-shirts. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry. How I laugh out loud. I'm sorry. I didn't understand how that was supposed to read. What is the T-shirt going to say? I'm curious. I wanted to make T-shirts at one time. My son actually makes T-shirts, puts them online. They're his own designs, his own drawings. They're pretty cool, but more for the hipper, younger generation, not for old-timers like me. So let's see. U.S. Mint coins are going to be wiped out soon as their premium price will be below spot soon. I'm just after silver. Yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. I'm looking for silver. I'm looking for bullion. That's one of the things I do like about Universal with Chris. They have both collectible coins and they have bullion coins. That's why they call them Universal Coin and Bullion. So let's see. Scrolling through the comments. I'm going to make t-shirts. The Bears. I guess someone is watching football. I don't even know who's still in it. I asked someone today, I said, how are the Cowboys doing? He goes, they're pretty much done. They're out of it. I said, oh, I don't watch football at all. I couldn't even tell you who was in it. I didn't even know we were in the playoffs. Although, I might do, and let me know in the comments right now, if you are a member, would you want to do the Super Bowl boxes again for free silver? If you're a member. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about if you've been a member for a while. Some of you don't. You get to pick a square. We put the numbers in it. It's free for members to play. Let me know. Would you guys want to see that? Would you want to do that? I don't know when the Super Bowl is. I think it's probably February-ish. I guess I should start asking. Maybe I should do a short video asking about that. But last year, we did a square board where everybody got to pick the number they wanted. We put the numbers in. You could take a screenshot of it. You knew what your numbers were before the game. We drew the numbers live so you knew what squares you had. And the only way you could get a square was if you were a member. Let me know if you want to do that again. And if we have more than 100 members, that's okay. We can run 2 boards. It doesn't necessarily mean 2 prizes, though, or more prizes will be given out. The way that works is if a board only has 5 names on it, we still draw numbers randomly like we would. Your square is the only square that matters, really. It would be an extreme odds if a whole board only has 5 names on it, that it's a guarantee. It's a fair way to do it. So let's see. We are defeating the margin calls. Absolutely. Silverback stackers, $5.80. What? $5.81. $5.81. What? What is this? I'm looking over here at comments. I'm not even watching the screen. I'll be honest. I don't know how long that's been popped up for. Look at that. Look at that. This chart makes it look easy. You see how it's just Friday, the market closed, market opens, it instantly shoots up. They try a major short position, and then we're just climbing up. We just shrugged that off like it was nothing. Boom. Not worried at all about this. Oh, do we have backwardation? No, but we definitely got it pretty close. $80.17. We do have backwardation. Willing to pay a little more to get physical silver right now. So definitely excited. I'm not sure what that 580 means. Hot-headed, what's up, my man? $14.50 for a silver quarter tonight. Yeah. I just gave away 5 of them for $10 each to a friend of mine. But it also came with free lunch, so that was kind of cool. What about quarter rolls? If you can pick up any junk silver, it's worth it. I don't hunt quarters anymore because the W's that I find now are so beat up, I don't even half the time keep them. And silver quarters are hard to find because a lot of people are looking through quarters for the W's. And if they find a silver, they ain't throwing that back. Silver nickels, that's what I would like to get into hunting, but I don't have any time to hunt right now. 582. I'm not sure what that is either. I don't know if I asked a question and now I'm getting the answers on the prices. Quarters, 90% silver rolls went for $1,000. Really? Let's see here what that comes out to. $1,000 divided by 40. I would never pay $25 per quarter. There's not a chance I would pay that. Not when I know the spot price is $15 and a lot of people are selling it for less. I picked up a bunch a little while back for $8 a piece. That was only like 3 weeks ago, maybe. You can still find deals. Jeffrey, 2011. Hot-headed, giving the thumbs up. Definitely hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. That goes for anybody. Anybody watching, hit that thumbs up button. Can't thank you enough for it.
Jeffrey, in Europe, US dollar mint coins are going for 95 euros to $100 plus. Yeah. I know a lot of people like the Silver Eagles over there. A lot of people like the Silver Eagles anywhere, really. It's a sought-after coin. Premiums, when silver went to $50 last time in 2011, people were paying $80 for the Silver Eagles. So we could see the Silver Eagle demand really pump up higher. Jeffrey, in 2011, silver should have been $1,244 ISD. Then cryptos hit the market. And that's exactly why I think cryptocurrencies hit the market. It was designed to divide the silver stacking community. And sure enough, it did. A lot of silver stackers got out of silver and got into crypto for a lot of the same reasons. Oh, it's a way to a second type of investment. It's against the dollar. It's not, all these different things that we say about silver. It's limited. They even come back with, you can move it across the borders with no hassle. You can't do that with monster boxes of silver. But here's the thing. They despite what people tell you, they can change the blockchain. Blockchain can be edited. But it can only be edited by the person that created it. So who knows if the person that created Bitcoin is still around? We don't know that really. Let's see, Reckless Collection. You know what I haven't seen in a while? I haven't seen Tangled in Blue. What happened to Tangled in Blue? Has anybody seen him? Or no? Please reach out to me, Tangled in Blue, if you're watching. Maybe I'll start tomorrow morning's video with that. Please reach out to me, Tangled in Blue. Let's see, Reckless Collections. I don't know what that is, but I like free silver, so I'm in. Yeah, it's basically a football pool. Let's see if I can find it real quick. We're pretty caught up, so let's see. Live videos. Let's scroll down a little bit. It was a year ago that we did it right there. So it looks like this right here. You can see the board. Although we later went digital, so it looked like this. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see. Let's see what it shows. I got the volume off, I think. Maybe I don't. Let me fix that volume. So the game that was in question for the Super Bowl was Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles, 0-7 at this point. So what we were doing is we had this board right here, and these are all members. Every one of these squares, and it's hard to see right now because of the size of it, but you knew what your number was. See how the numbers were all... Let's see if we can get it again, because it is playing. I should probably pause it. You can see across the top we got 1, 2, 3, 9, 5. We didn't know where the numbers were going to fall. We just randomly generated the numbers using random number picker. And then we did this here, but people could ask for what square they wanted before you knew what the numbers were. You didn't know. But some people were like, oh, I want the first square. I want this square right here. I want that square right here. You could say this was 1, this was 10, this was 11, this was 20, this was 12. This was 21, and so on and so on. Some people are like, oh, I like square 4. I like square 69. I like square whatever. It was a fun event. It was for members. It's worth becoming a member for $1.99. And I think depending on the level, like I said, if we hit the 100 members, I'm actually going to do a special prize depending on what level of a member you are too. So it's fun. It's worth, in my opinion, it's worth being a member. And yes, I am trying to, I'm going to say recruit new members of the channel. It's $1.99. You click that join button below. If you're already a member and you want to gift a membership, you can gift a random membership to somebody. So it's kind of cool. Let's see here. Reading through. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but it sounds fun if it's free silver. Yeah, it's a lot of fun because then we watch the game here together too. Even though I can't show you the game, I just sit on and talk.
and we keep score updated kind of. So if a play happens and now it's 7-0, it's 14-7, it's and as it changes, the box changes. Because if you've got 0-7 and the score is 0-7, hey, you're winning. You're going to get the free silver if you can hold that spot. But as soon as somebody else scores, all of a sudden you're not winning anymore. Let's see. There are some single 1 ounces on eBay selling for $95. That's insane. When you can just, like I said, you call up Chris at Universal tomorrow, mention Tsquare Talk, and he'll hook you up. Specifically, you got to ask for Chris Tribble and say Tsquare Talk, just so he knows how you heard about him. And I don't get nothing for that. Don't think it's a sponsored deal. It's not. Although he did send me some free books. You guys saw that if you watched my videos. He sent me some of the red books. That was pretty cool. Sent me some free challenge coins that he put in there. He said, next time you do a giveaway, if you want, throw it in someone's. I sent unknown one, actually, recently. Heck yeah, more fun than spinning the wheel. And that's exactly what a lot of people will think. Some people don't like the wheel spinning. It takes a while. It was more fun. Someone else saying, yeah, that was a lot of fun last time. Let's see, Conrad. Football squares. Silver is silver. If you're given, I'm taking. How did it say? If you're given, I'm receiving. Absolutely. Smash that. Hold on. The smash failed. I got to pause it because I'm getting a bunch of stuff all of a sudden coming in. A bunch of comments. It pushed me a little far up. Let's see here. Yeah, the smash did fail. It got knocked out real quick. Where was I? Let's see. We already read that one. 2011, we read that one. Football seals. The smash failed. Jeffrey, yes. Hot-headed, 582 for a roll of silver quarters. That actually seems too low. Let's see here. Oh, no. That's pretty on par, I think. That's close to $14. Clear, 582 divided by 40. 14.55. Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds pretty close to 14, so that's not a bad deal. I mean, that's spot, but you can find them cheaper if you look around. Silver went from a $1 trillion mark to a $4 trillion mark. Cryptos are $3 trillion. Yeah, crypto's taking a hit right now compared to gold and silver, and both looking good right now. Scott, I have a couple of W quarters. Oh, and someone just clicked on something. I don't know what that was. I should have just... Hold on, I'm going to find out in a quick second. I know someone just sent something. I apologize for not saying thank you. I might have heard it beep, but I didn't. Let's see. I have a couple of W quarters. I was going to sell them on eBay until I saw the fees. So you can probably find someone, if they're decent condition, to trade. I had someone trade me 1 ounce of silver for 1 W quarter. And he ended up taking something like 10 of them off my hands. And I was like, I'd rather have 10 ounces of silver as opposed to 10 silver quarters. Or as opposed to 10 W quarters. But it's nice to have a full set of W quarters too. You can see it at the Scam Crypto was such a scam. Yeah, some people can see it. Not everybody can see it though. It's fun to get $2 bills and going out and spending them. Oh, yeah, I've had people accuse me of them not being real, but they are fun. Silver dime is over $2 now. Yeah, it's $4.50. So, yeah, there's some stuff out there. Okay, back caught up now. Please, let me read this real quick. Please, let's not be one of those people, crypto people who know crypto, and we know silver. I actually have some crypto, and it hasn't treated me bad. Oh, no. Hold on. I am not saying anything bad about crypto. I'm not saying that. Don't think that I am saying that. If you've got silver, you're probably going to be okay. Oh, wow. Scott McNeil hitting a home run, recruiting 5 gifting, sent out 5 Tsquare Talk gift memberships. I've never seen that. That's really cool. You even got a cool plaque up there. I got to ask Scott McNeil, if you don't mind me asking a personal question, how much was it to gift 1 membership? And if you're one of the new members in the room, here's the thing. It could be anybody that put a comment in recently, to my understanding. Thank you so much, first of all, Scott. I'm just curious how much one gift membership is. Let's see. Christian Love 420. I know you're in the room. I see your comments every morning. So congratulations on that free membership. And a shot at winning some free silver. And you may even get lucky having 2 shots at winning free silver. Caterpillar Silver receiving a free gift membership. I'm not sure if that person's in the room. I seen Christian Love in the room tonight. Silver Slayer 3827. I wonder if that's the same Silver Slayer. I doubt it. I'm sorry. Silver Slaver. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. But Silver Slaver, slaving away to pick up some ounces of silver, leaving a comment. These are people that have left comments, and so they end up getting a chance at a random membership. Christian Love, that's cool because he was just in the room a few minutes ago. He gonna see that. He gonna be psyched. Let's see, Jeffrey, silver should have broke from the 2011. Yeah, it looks like it broke, but what? Oh, what level member are you, Scott? You might be a super member, so maybe that's why. Let me see here. Darn. I can't believe they don't let you pay $199. I don't like that, though. I'll be honest. I mean, it's cool that it does that. I'm actually taking a quick minute to look something up right now. I don't like that, but I understand why they do it. They're when you gift a membership, it's gifting the exact membership that you have, I think. And I think you are a super member. I'm trying to pull it up right now to see all the memberships here. It's cool in a way. I thank you very much for gifting, but I don't like the fact that it charged you that price, and it did put them all as super fans. It's the only thing. Did it give you the option to pick what level fan you wanted to give? I mean, it's super nice, but I personally would have rather it gave you 12 $199 memberships. It would have been the same for me, but it would have helped more people. That's why I wonder if it gave you the option. Do you know if it gave you? I've always wondered how the gift memberships work, and I guess it gifts them at the level you're at is what I think it might be doing. Because I don't know how it gifted them at $4.99 a piece. Because they're all labeled. I just looked on here, and they're all labeled as super fans. But that might change maybe, but I don't know. Scott McNeil, I'm only a $1.99 member. What the heck? That is messed up that it did that. Did you see? Did it give you an option for what tier? I don't mean to dominate the comments now by asking all these questions, but I've always wondered how the gifting memberships work. Because I watch a Filipino channel, and somebody donated a bunch of memberships, and I got one. And I was like, what? It's a Filipino channel. They don't do anything special, like, really, for members, but it was cool that somebody donated them, because that money goes to help someone in the Philippines. And I'll be honest, one of the reasons I want to go to the Philippines is because you can hire someone, because money is so cheap in the Philippines. I can hire a Filipina to come in, clean my apartment, cook my meals for $3 a day. There should be no reason for you to eat at fancy restaurants and stuff. I could literally just focus my attention on doing videos for you guys while someone cooks my dinner, cleans my apartment, and live the good life at $3 a day hiring them. Plus, rent can be anywhere from $200 to 400. So, yeah. Moving back on to reading these. Let's see. Oh, Caterpillar Silver. So Caterpillar Silver is in the room. Thank you for the membership. That is awesome. Now that I do like to see when someone that got the membership sees it, they were on here. I think they should make a rule that if you give a membership, the membership should only go to people that are actively watching the channel right now. I know Christian Love was actually watching. I know Caterpillar Silver because now that one's here. The other three, I don't often see comments from them. But some people are watching them. One of them three might be watching the channel and they don't have the ability. I've actually seen somebody who's watching from their refrigerator. That's kind of crazy. I guess it was a smart fridge and it says, that they're watching on different devices. And I was like, what? That's kind of crazy. So that was kind of cool though. So thank you, Scott, for the membership. That's awesome. Caterpillar Silver. I love to see that comment. And Scott, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure these people, that's a good opportunity for them. They might win some free silver. And it's probably going to be awesome because they'll probably be, with the timing for the 30 days, they'll probably make this event and they might make the next event depending on when we hit 100 members. Because like I said, as soon as we hit 100 members, we're going to do a special event. So that will be kind of cool. So you might end up getting lucky and being in 2 free silver events, which would be pretty awesome. Super Bowl, thumbs up. Definitely. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the Super Bowl ones. Zach, I went to the Aqua Mall. I went to the Antique Mall. Keep in mind, I don't have my glasses on. But I'm like, Aqua Mall, the Antique Mall, at 5:30 and joined a bunch of, I'm not sure what that word is, around the glass coin booths. Locusts? Around the glass coin booths. I got a few Franklins and some silver rounds as well under spot. Awesome. Scott McNeil saying, yeah, it was $4.99 for a membership. But I'm only a regular fan for $1.99. That's crazy that they charged you that. Scott McNeil, it just gave you the option to buy 1, 5, 10, or 25. Darn, dude. Let's see, nickels and dimes. So Walks With Me likes hunting nickels and dimes. Scott McNeil, I did the 5 membership price. Awesome. Oh, but it's so weird that they did that. It was $25 for 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Scott. I do appreciate that. I think that the people that won them, I think they're thankful. I can guarantee you Caterpillar Silver's thankful. I can guarantee you some of those people will be thankful once they get on. They just might have got on briefly and got off. Let's see. Scrolling through, I watch you every morning. I know you do. I recognize the name. Like, when I see a name pop up, if you write a comment, I recognize the names in the comments. I read every comment. Lately, I've been a little behind because I got a lot going on, but I'm trying to kind of keep up with it as much as I can, but I'm falling behind a little bit. Walks With Me. What do you think about the Mint talking about going away from paper $1 and $5 and making them coins? I think it's just a matter of time before we go away from everything. Why I keep hitting that button? I'm supposed to be hitting this button. Well, you think about it. They got the loony and the toonie. For anybody here that's in Canada, that's the $1 coin and the $2 coin. I don't know if that's actually the proper name for them. I know they call the loon, the $1 coin. And I think the $2 coin just got nicknamed the toonie. I don't know if that's actually the name of it, but they thought it would be funny, so everybody just nicknamed it and it caught on, the loony and the toonie. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't hear that they wanted to get rid of a $1 and a $5 bill, but it would make sense that they would. They can last a lot longer, the coins. So who knows? John, what is up, John? How's it going? Hope you're having a great night. I'm all caught up on the comments. So anybody that's sitting on the sideline hasn't made a comment, maybe you got a question, this is the time to ask it. We're at 2 hours. We're going to wrap up here in about 10 or 15 minutes because I still got to shoot tomorrow morning's video. I just kind of wanted to go live, see if we could drum up a couple people maybe becoming a member. We had 2 people join, and then we had Scott McNeil kicking off a 5 membership. Took that special deal, gifting 5 memberships to 5 people randomly. So that was pretty cool. Thank you so much, Scott. So we went up 7 memberships, really. We only need 25, and we're going to run that big special event. So it's going to be pretty cool on that note. I think that will be really fun. And some cool prizes for whoever wins. The person that wins, I'm going to work with that person to really make sure they get something good. Or they can just take the baseline, whatever the base prize is. I had someone ask me one day, if I win the gold, do I have to take gold or can I get, I was like, no. I figure the gold, if you want to, instead of the gram of gold, you want 2 ounces of silver, I'll do that. I'd have to look and see the exact conversion, but I think 2 ounces of silver versus a gram of gold might be close to the same price. I don't know. Somebody can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but if it's close, you got to understand some of this doesn't even matter to me in that terms. I mean, the gram of gold, I picked it up as part of a deal. I don't even like them. They're too small. And ounces, I mean, I picked up ounces when they were cheap, so, it is what it is. Are all W quarters silver? No. In fact, most W quarters are not silver. In fact, someone correct me. I think all W quarters are not silver. I don't think there is a W silver quarter. But here's the thing. A W quarter is favored in the community. I have traded back when silver was $30 and a W quarter was $30. I've traded W quarters for silver. Now, with the W quarter being maybe $40, it's tough to get an ounce of silver for it. That's going to be a little tougher unless it's certified. Maybe you can get lucky. I can tell you right now, I would never give up an ounce of silver for a W quarter. You guys can tell me, what do you think? Would you rather have a W quarter or would you rather have an ounce of silver? I would love to hear some comments in there. Just saying one or the other. It's a quick answer. You can just answer W or silver. But back then, a lot of people were willing to give up an ounce of silver for a W quarter because they recognize the W quarters, there's only 2 million of them. If you're lucky enough to find one in good condition, they're still good to find, don't get me wrong. But, who knows? Let's see. No mine. Yeah. No, all of mine are clad. Okay, yeah, and that's what I thought. I think they're all clad at this point. I don't think there was any silver. I shouldn't say at this point. There was no silver W quarters to my knowledge. There was only 2 million. They randomly got dropped, and that was it. London, go, 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 go. Like the dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale. 100% silver. Yeah, silver. Well, I did buy 4 2035. I'm guessing that's 2025 American Silver Eagles today for $80 each. First time that I have to pay $80 for an ounce. Yeah. Jack saying I'd rather have the silver. Anita, give me that Paul receive purchase bowl of Mercs. Punch bowl full of Mercs. I love Mercs. I'm not sure who that was sent to. Somebody asked something, and that was a reply. Yeah, I like the Mercury Dimes. Mercury Dimes are actually my favorite constitutional coin. They're relatively cheap. They're easy to barter. You can use a Merc Dime to get something. I could literally probably get a lunch for a Mercury Dime through most of my friends. Definitely a silver quarter could get me a lunch. But I don't know if I'd want to give up a silver quarter anymore for a lunch. Straight up, I don't think I would. John, silver for sure. Diggin' Dave, W quarters hype has died down. Silver all day. Back in 2019, I found and graded
The first 2019 W sold on eBay for $600. But now I would take the silver over W's. I found over 500 W quarters in like 4 years. I don't know how many I found at this point, but I was giving them away on the channel every single night. And in terms of, when I say giving away, let me reword that so someone don't think I'm like a philanthropist. And I don't think I said that word right, but needless to say, I was doing, if you made a $5 donation to the channel, I would open up a roll. At first I started out at $2. $2 donation got you a roll of quarters uncirculated that we opened up. And they were quarters that you could find W's in. They were like an uncirculated roll of Massachusetts. We opened up one box one night and we found 70 W quarters. As soon as the first roll got open and there was 3 W's in it, people were like, he just paid $2 for 3 W's? Literally every box I had sold out. To the point where some people were like, can I just make a donation for a whole box? And I was like, if I got it, yeah. It was crazy. And then I eventually went up to $5 a roll. And I used that to pay for my entire studio. All the money that came from that, the donations, it bought me my new computer. It bought me my desk. It bought me the cameras, all the software, everything I needed. And it was all from the W quarters. We found a lot of them, though. I still have probably 100 of them. And probably maybe 20 certified. But I'm thinking about getting rid of my certified ones now. But like you said, the hype has died off quite a bit. Oh, nice. Walks with me saying I would trade 2 W quarters for 1 ounce of silver. That might be a little iffy. If they were nice W's, I would definitely be tempted to do that. Especially if they're the ones that had the butterfly or the little girl planting the tree. Because those are the ones that I have the least of. Probably because at that point we were fully in cough. And banks wouldn't even sell change because we had a change shortage. And they didn't care. Oh, I'm looking for W's. They didn't care. But back to that other comment, Digging Dave, 500 W's in 4 years. That's insane, 500 W's. A lot of people haven't found more than 20. A lot of people gave up on them. I actually knew... I don't know if I should tell this story. I'm going to because I'm not an embarrassed type. I don't get embarrassed too easy. I actually got invited over to a lady's house one night. And she knew that I collected coins. And she's like, I got a fun night planned out for us. You're going to love it. And I was like, oh, nice. I said, that sounds good. So we went out for dinner, went back to her place. And she's like, here, have a seat right here for a minute. And she goes in the other room. And I'm like, wonder what's getting planned. And all of a sudden she brings out a box of quarters. And she goes, I went to the bank today and I got us a box of quarters so we can go through it and we can hopefully find some of those W's or some silver quarters. And that was how the date went. I spent the night hunting quarters with her. It was just so comical. And now she still has her coin collection 6 years later. Because I actually had dinner with her probably, or lunch with her probably, I don't know, 3 months ago. I just reached out. I posted something or she posted something and I commented and she's like, oh, how have you been? I was like, good. And so we went and had lunch together. Then we got talking in religion and then I never heard from her again. So some people, I've always been told you shouldn't talk religion with people. Some people have their own religious beliefs and that's it. Let's see. Friggin' live at midnight. Hoorah. Is it midnight? Oh, it might be midnight for you. Yeah, if you're on the East Coast, 11:30. Yeah, so I've learned don't talk religion. That's why you won't hear me talk much about it here. It's hard sometimes. I got to say it because sometimes it just has something to do with what we're talking about. But I've seen you find a few Digging Dave. So John watches you on a regular basis.
Yeah, Diggin' Dave, I know you do a lot of the penny hunts. Like I said, New Marshall, he's a big fan of you. He watches your videos all the time. I've actually called him up in the evening sometimes, and I can hear you playing in the background. And he's like, yeah, I ended up getting some boxes. I think you sometimes do the, what do you call it, where you open them up for people. Let's see here. Anita, well done. Anita, a couple rolls, all I've gathered. I'm guessing that means hunting. I hunt $1 coins and varieties. Wow. So I don't think I've best to be. I can't pronounce that word. Agnostic. Oh, best to be agnostic. Yeah, you definitely don't want to talk too much about religion. Some people, they frown on it. So back to your previous comment, you hunt dollar coins. Out of curiosity, what do you hunt when you hunt dollar coins? So I have hunted dollar coins before, but I didn't really do varieties. I just was pulling all of the Susan B. Anthony's that I could find, every one of them. And to this day, I still have probably 200, maybe 300 Susan B. Anthony's. I've thought about getting rid of them, but I was like, no, because you never see a Susan B. Anthony anymore. They're not that common. A lot of them get sucked up into personal collections. Presidential dollars, those are pretty common. I don't really want nothing. I know there are presidential dollars that have the no side brim. That's something that I've looked for a lot. But keep in mind, if you followed the channel for a while, you remember when, let's see if I can search it. Presidential dollars. Presidential dollars. Let's see if the video comes up real quick. No, because that's everybody's stuff. I was hoping it would be my video that would pop up right. Oh, there it is. There's mine right there. Big mistake right here. This is my video. My huge coin collecting mistake. So back when presidential dollars were all the hype, I wanted to buy $1,000 box of every presidential dollar. And I kept doing it into 20 boxes. And sometimes I would even buy a couple boxes. But then they decided they were not going to make these for public release anymore. You had to buy them direct through the mint. And all of a sudden, I dumped almost $20,000 in dollar coins. And not all at once. I would just literally take a $1,000 box. And I would do a good job, as you can see. I would actually, let's see if I can get it to, I'm trying to get it to show exactly. When you look at like the thumbnail, oh, there you go. Now it's there. I actually opened up all the rolls that had mistakes. That's why when you look at those boxes, you see I turned in $3,000 right there in presidential dollar coins. But I opened up the George Washingtons. I opened up the John Adams. All the ones that had mistakes in there were the ones I opened, and I dumped them. Dumped everything. The only thing I kept out of all that was I think I kept 40 sets. So that's 2 rolls of each one. And I kept them. I put them all in nice hard plastics, capsules, and I put them away. And they really haven't done a whole lot really for me. Those 40 sets are still sitting there. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe if you guys think that would be a cool prize, maybe we'll give that away one day. Who knows? Maybe someone would like a set of them uncirculated all the way back. That's kind of cool. But I didn't have any of the late ones. Once they made them to where you couldn't get them, that was it. So that was my big mistake for presidential dollars. It was probably, unfortunately, a waste for me. Let's jump back here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Boom, boom. Now let's read your comments. Let's see. About 1,000 varieties. Wow, that many. Darn. Presidentials, Susan B. Anthony's, Sacagaweas, etc. Yeah, that makes sense. Lots without the edge lettering. The edge lettering, was it only a couple years, though, that they didn't have the edge lettering? I'm figuring they got that fixed after a little while. Diggin' Dave, not sure if you saw the video by about a year ago.
I found a 90% gold coin from Chile in a penny roll. One of my best finds ever. 4 grams of gold, a 20 peso coin. Wow, that would be insane. Chile pesos are numismatic. That is insane. Finding that. That would be nuts to find a gold coin in a penny box. And you said that was about a year ago. I wonder if that was during the Great Coin Hunt. How many of y'all remember the Great Coin Hunt? Supposedly, collectors, just before cough cough, all organized a big coin hunt where they went to the bank and they just turned in coins. They put them in rolls, they turned them at the bank, and they just ended up going through circulation. Collectible coins, and people hit them all over. And it was designed to get a lot of people into coin collecting, and that would be crazy to find something like that. Richard, how's it going tonight, Richard? Hey, T. Don't comment much, but I really appreciate your videos. Exciting time to be a silver stacker. Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for watching the videos. I really do appreciate that. Exciting time to be a stacker. Absolutely, for sure. Silver right now sitting, pulling back just a little bit, but not by much, sitting at $79.92. We had a devastating blow earlier when silver went all the way up to just short of $83. And instantly, it fell all the way down to $75. Think about that for a minute. That's a $9 drop in a time span of 1822 to 1920. A 2-hour time span, they dropped over 50 million ounces of silver on the market. And look what happened. We already came back half of that. Pretty much over where we opened at, but not past that high. But that's okay. I think we'll get there. I think the demand, people are going to see this. They know what's going on. They're going to eat through this. That's tough. Someone put 50 million ounces up 60 cents. So 60% of 50 million, that's 6 times 5. They're down about $30 million right now on a 64-cent climb. So they're taking a little bit of a hit. Ooh, but that 50 million, that's a, well, no, that would be actual silver. So yeah, they put paper up, but that's not margined, I don't think. Let's see. London opened 16 minutes ago. People are taking profits. I don't believe people are taking profits personally. I think, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't say they're not. I'm sure they are, but I think a lot of this right here, this drop, it happened too quick. It happened in 2 hours. That's not generally profit taking. With the hype that's going on right now, that shouldn't have fell like that. You have a drop right here from $81 at 1916 to $75 at 1930. That's a 15-minute drop of essentially 75, 81. A $6 drop in 15 minutes. That's not normal profit taking. Someone might convince me that this right here, this gradual slope down, the slope, that was profit taking, maybe, but this drop happened too fast. 15 minutes, $6, no way. But there are people taking profit taking. I talked to a couple people today that actually sold to a friend of mine. So that was kind of interesting. He said, no, he's picking up everything, but he ain't paying spot because he's worried about the spot price. He said it could come down instantly. He goes, but I'll give you 75 bucks, essentially on an ounce. So $1.40, 75 bucks. Who knows? I think it come out to, I think he probably got him for roughly $3.50 a dime, maybe. Maybe he paid a little bit more. Who knows? Let's see. People are taking profits. Life Journey. Let's see. I need $100 Eagles to $200 easy. Nice. That's interesting. Excuse me. I didn't mean to sneeze.
hope I'm not catching a cold. I think it's just allergies, though. I got my doors and windows open right now. I'm waiting for that cold front they're talking about, but it hasn't been cold here. It's been hot and humid. Let's see here. $100 Eagles. Yeah, you're seeing a lot for Eagles. But hey, you guys heard at the beginning of the show, Chris, if you call up Chris Tribble, Universal Coin and Bullion, earlier tonight, he had American Silver Eagles at $86, I think he said. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. $85, $86. Now they might be even lower, because right here, oh no, I'm sorry, it was $83. The special, I think, might have been $83. He did say if you call, mention that you saw it on the channel. But their price right now is shown $84.41. And that's with spot at basically $80. So a $4.50 premium. I don't know if there's a limit to how many you can get, but I would call Chris. There's the number right there for those of you that don't know. I personally like them. Universal Coin and Bullion. You can find it online. I've bought a lot of stuff from him, but it helps that he's a friend of mine. So of course, but soon he'll be your friend too if you call him. You can get the number up here. Like I said, this is not a paid ad. That they got the number on the website. Oh, there it is right there. Call us at 1-800-248-2223. Ask for Chris Tribble. And tell him you heard about it on the channel. And I'm sure he'll text me and be like, hey, I had a few people call. So that would be cool. So I like their deals. I always buy their specials. It's been a while since I bought anything, only because I'm not buying right now. Only because I bought a lot on credit. Some of y'all know that. I do like this coin right here, though. I may buy one of these. The blue. Kind of cool. The Vegas one's pretty nice, too. In fact, hold on. 1 troy ounce, 999 silver. Take the risk or lose the chance. What's the other side look like? Wow, I actually like that one. That's nice too. I may actually call them and get one of those if they're still that price. I think I may call and get a couple of them. I like that. That's nice. But I'm a big poker player, for those of you that don't know. I've played a lot of... Does Universal ship from Texas? Yes, they do. As long as you're in the United States. So, yeah, they do ship. And like I said, if you ask for Chris, he's going to... I'm convinced, personally, just my personal opinion, not financial advice, he's always taking care of people on the channel, in my opinion. I haven't heard anybody bad. I have heard someone say before that they didn't like... that somebody else from the company later called them and offered them a collectible coin for a certain price. You know what? It's business. People call me on a regular basis, especially because I have talked to every bullion company out there. And some companies do reach out to contact you. I tell them, put my name on your email list. If you're running a special, email me. Call me. I don't care. I don't mind taking the call. I've had calls that said, hey, we got gold American Eagles, 1 ounce at spot. Would you be interested in one? You can only get one. I've had companies call me and say, we got 1 10th-ounce gold coins at spot. You can get 1, 5, or 10. I've taken them. If they're spot, I'm taking it. If it's silver at spot, I'm definitely taking it. And it was even better when spot price was $20. So who knows? You know, everybody got their own opinion. Taking profits, 100, 200. Okay, let's see. I just picked up 500 generic rounds at $81 a piece. I believe we will see $100 very soon. I would agree with that 100%. First of all, I would say $81 generic rounds, that's a good deal, in my personal opinion. $100, I believe, is coming. Yeah, I would definitely probably jump on that. Reckless, does Universal ship from Texas? Yes, they do. They're actually in Beaumont. I've actually driven over there and picked up my order one time. But that was because I was going from Corpus Christi, Texas to New Orleans with a friend. We went over there, spent the weekend in New Orleans.
had a blast. And me and her actually stopped at Universal and picked up some stuff. And she actually got into collecting. She still has her ounces. She's probably got, I don't know, she's got a nice little stack going. And it's pretty cool. She don't follow it, though. I told her the other day how much she thinks silver is, and her guess was 50. And I said, nope, 70. $70, but good luck buying it at 70. Now, 80, but good luck buying it at 80. Although you can find deals. Let's see, and navigating in 3 feet of fresh, frequent snow. Where are you, Anita? Out of curiosity, where are you in the United States, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious, Anita. What state are you in that you got fresh snow? I would almost say that's New England, if you say fresh snow. I ordered from AtMax because they're close by. Nice. That's cool. I totally understand that. But me, I shop around, and if someone gives me a better deal from there on, I'm kind of hooked to them. Let's see. Yuck, snow. No, I like snow. I like the cold weather. Maybe not the snow, but I definitely like the cold weather. Take spot for platinum. So here's the deal. I actually got offered some platinum the other day, probably about 2 weeks ago at spot price. I said, I don't want it. That I was not willing to take at spot, only because it looks just like silver. And he's like, dude, it's in a certified card. Your machine tells you, it reads right through the card. You know it's real. You're not going to mistake an ounce of platinum that's in a certified card holder. So, yeah, I guess that's true. What gold-silver ratio should I trade my silver for gold? So, every person's got to make their own decision, Nunya. However, when we see 40-1, I would be tempted. When we see 30-1, I will definitely probably be trading some. And if we see 20-1 or 10-1, I'm definitely trading some. A lot more, let me put it that way. If we ever see 1-1, I'd rather have gold. I don't think we're going to see 1-1. That's a ways away. But who knows? Some crazy thing could happen. But here's the thing that everybody doesn't realize. If it's 10-1, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to want to give up their gold for silver. But then again, there might be people that bought gold and are saying, dude, at this rate, silver is on fire. And they might be willing to trade you. There's no way I would trade my gold for 10 ounces of silver. I couldn't do it. There's no way. However, there may be people out there that will do it. Maybe you may have to sell the silver and then take the money and buy gold. Maybe you'll be able to do that, but that will be difficult, I think, to find people that are willing to trade it outright. Because some people are just like me. I'm just fixed on, I remember when it was $15 an ounce. I wish I had more platinum, but being poor, poor's like silver. Yeah, even if I'm not poor, I still would prefer silver. I think silver is going to be the way to go personally. Let's see. I wish I would have bought platinum when it was low, and had traded it. So here's the thing. Silver has done better. Silver's up 160% this year. Platinum might look good on paper because it's so expensive. But here's the thing. Nothing has beat silver. Silver was literally the number one asset of anything I have seen for 2025. Platinum is way heavier than silver. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I did not know that. That would be, maybe I'd like to hold a 1 ounce platinum coin. That would be cool. I'm going to have to look around for one just to see if I can hold one and compare the two or weigh the two even. Old Fort Greeley, Alaska. Oh, my word. But in Virginia right now. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you must be military or a military related, or a contractor or DOD or something. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. I've never been. I think it would be so cool to go to Alaska, walk over to a crab boat and just be like, hey, can I get a deal on some crabs?
I don't have a lot of money, but I'll give you this 1 ounce silver eagle. Can you just like throw me some crabs off the side of the boat? Take them home, take them to my apartment, cook them outside maybe. Who knows? That would be fun. Or go out and catch some good Alaskan salmon. Start a fire right there on the water. Frying pan, some olive oil, some garlic, a little bit of lemon. That sounds so good right now. I love Alaskan salmon. Let's see, Scott. I live in the Midwest for about a third of my life. Snow sucks. Yeah, I lived in Maine for the majority of my life, except the last 20 years. So, I'm sorry. Darn, dude, I'm getting old. I've lived in Maine for the majority of my life, for the first 20 years of my life. And I'm going on 50 now, so, well, still 3 years, but I'm getting up there. Winnebago life. I'm guessing Winnebago. That might be Winnebago, Maine. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Party Pal for whoever just subscribed. Let me just read that subscriber name. Oof. Machi L7. Machi L7, I think. Just subscribe. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Welcome to the Party Pal. You know, it used to show a really cool little screen right here, but that's gone. I don't know whatever happened. Winnebago life. Okay, hold on here. Let's get caught up here before I get too out of... always be the price takers on the gold-silver ratio. There will be a global peg between them, even if everything else collapses. That could be. They could peg the two somehow. Happy Stacker, what is up? Hope you're having a great night. What is up, bro? Sorry I'm late. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for stopping in. I actually talked about you again tonight, only because one of my buddies, let me stop the comments coming in just for a minute by scrolling a little bit. When I was telling my buddy today about the story about you, and the guy tells me, he's like, dude, you could have taken all of his silver for next to nothing. What is wrong with you? And I was like, are you serious, bro? Would you do that to me? He goes, no, because you understand silver. But that person didn't at the time. And I'm like, that's awful, bro, that you would even say that. He's like, well, I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to find someone with silver that don't know why they have silver. And I'm like, that's awful, man, because now you're a happy stacker. Thus the name. Let's see. I don't want to sell or trade anything. I want to hand it all down to my kids. Well, let me put it this way, Nunya. Make sure you tell your kids about silver. Don't leave them in the dark. That's kind of what that little story was just summing up. The happy stacker, he inherited his stack, or a good portion of his stack, and wasn't told nothing about it. He just happened to reach out to me to sell it. And now he's a happy stacker. Before, his name was the reluctant stacker, because he didn't know if he wanted to have his money, his inheritance, tied up in some coins with some pictures of people on it. Now he loves them. And I know he's doing very well probably with it, especially with silver now at $80. Let's see. Platinum is a lot more dense than gold. Oh, nice. I didn't know. I've never really I held it in a cardboard holder, or a cardboard with a plastic certified ounce. But let's see. They will both be 1 ounce on weight. Oh, shoot. Duh. Now I feel stupid. You're right. Thus the laugh out loud. Yeah, good point. I guess I'm not going to be holding one in the hand and one in the other hand and say one feels heavier. And I'm not going to put it on a scale and find out. You're absolutely right. I can't even believe I said that. It's late. The paper passed. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for saying that. Let's see here. But a good gold-silver ratio would be very tempting to trade silver for gold, absolutely. An ounce is an ounce, but platinum ounces are smaller than silver or even gold. Really? It's even smaller than gold? Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't know enough about platinum. I see the charts. I know the numbers. It's probably at, what, 2,500 right now? I don't even know the price. I don't check it enough.
Does this have it on screen right here? Actually, I better not get too far off. Salmon, yes. Salmon, yes. Yes, I love Alaskan salmon. Watch out for polar bears in Alaska. We need you back safely for the live stream when silver breaks 100. Oh, I'm not going anytime soon. But with that being said, I got to ask, Anita, did you ever see a polar bear when you were in Alaska? Are they really that common? I lived in Maine, and I've only seen Maine black bears a couple times, or brown bears for that matter. Very few times have I ever seen. I lived my whole life in Maine, or my first 20 years of my life in Maine. Let's see. Eat raw salmon like a Neanderthal, just as birth intended. Nice. Yeah, I've never had raw salmon. I've had raw mahi-mahi right off the back of a military ship, Navy ship. We were fishing off the back of the ship. Someone caught a huge mahi-mahi, and we happened to have a guy that was one of the officers, and he was Asian, and he cooked up the mahi-mahi and put it on sushi, and it was really good. According to Gorick, point increase is 170% for silver increase. Increase is 172. Nice. Okay. Nunya, my buddy claims Maine potatoes are better than Idaho potatoes. I don't know. For me, a potato's a potato. Potato. Let's see. 1 minute till London market's open. I'm wondering if we'll see some kind of a big move then at that point. We'll see. It could be a move down. Who knows? Happy Stacker. Laugh out loud. Glad I found you, man. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I could never do that to somebody. Take their stack and play dumb. I've been stacking with all my kids over the last year. It has worked out extremely well. Yeah, because they learn. Get them into it now. Get them stacking. Which one is heavier? An ounce of silver, an ounce of platinum? I got the joke now. They're both the same. Let's see. F8. Were you one of the people that just got the free membership? Or have you always been a member? Let me just see here. I say that because I'm looking at your icon, your thumbnail name. No, F8. You were just one of the people that just won one of the free memberships. So congratulations on that. That's awesome to see you in here. Good luck. Hopefully you'll win some free silver. That's pretty cool. So for those of you that don't know, earlier this evening I had said that if we get to 100 members by the end of the month, we are going to do an amazing special event. And if we don't get to 100 members, we're still going to do 1 ounce free giveaway for members. Somebody's going to win it. And we'll just roll that over till we do hit 100 members. And when I did that, Scott had donated 5 memberships to random people that were on the chat at some point. And yours was you're the third of 5 that I've seen the name that you commented something. So it was actually Scott that donated that. So I don't even know if he's still in the room. Walks with me 36-1. And like I said before, you may get lucky and get into 2 big events, because you will most likely catch the end of the year event for sure as a member. So you might win something. You don't have to check in, but you do have to check if you won. And if you won, you have to email me, especially in your case, because someone gifted you the membership, so I have no way of knowing who you are in person. There's no way to even know anything, although I don't really know who people are in person. But generally, if someone bought a membership, they're on here. Their comments come up every day. So sometimes if someone just got a free membership, they may not comment as often and they may miss some videos. But you definitely don't want to miss the end of the year giveaway now that you're a member. That you don't want to miss. And then we might hit the 100 members, which we are still 18 away. We could hit the 100 member giveaway before your 30-day membership runs out. So, and that will be very bad if you turn out to be the winner
and then a couple months goes by and I still haven't heard from you. That would be very bad. So definitely don't want to miss that. Let's see. Heavy metal baby. 36-1 would be a good trade. Heavy metal baby, absolutely. The size is different. Yeah, that's what somebody else said too. The size of the platinum is different. Platinum does get restocked on the US Mint website for 100 back of spot. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Raw tuna is way better than salmon. Oh, nice. I did not know that either. I've never had raw fish. Is that something, out of curiosity, Silverback, do they eat a lot of raw fish in the Philippines? Is that something that a lot of people eat in the Philippines? Because I do plan on going. Let's see here. I've seen a group of 4, probably mom and cubs, but didn't stick around long enough to tell mom from dad. Yeah, I remember when I saw my first bear. It was a baby bear, a baby cub bear, and I wanted to jump out and run over and just play with it. And my dad's like, "Oh, heck no, dude. That little cub would probably tear you apart." I said, "He's so small, though." Yes, thank you. I got one today on sale, live. Also, laugh out loud. Very happy to receive this. Thank you very much. So that's awesome that someone got it that appreciates it. I do like that. Let's see. Punchline. My baby grew up on a potato farm in Maine. So he has animosity towards Idaho taters. Nice. I'm wondering where I'm guessing then grew up near Winnebago. Because someone had just said Winnebago a few minutes ago. And Winnebago ain't far from me. I was in Augusta, Maine, pretty much. Technically, real close to Augusta. Someone said, "Yep, absolutely. Very active. I love the talks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that." Several of my kids did 4-H the last couple years and invested a lot of their earnings into gold and silver. That is awesome. I've always wanted to. I didn't get to do 4-H as a kid. I don't even think we had 4-H in Maine. I've never heard of it until I came here. But that would definitely have been awesome to raise something like a rabbit. I did buy someone's 4-H rabbits one time, and then I cooked them. There was 5 of them. The guy's like, "Hey, look, I'm going to ask you a question. It might come across wrong. What are you going to do with these rabbits?" And I said, "I'm kind of ashamed to tell you, but these are nice fat rabbits." I go, "They're very big. I'm probably going to eat them." And he goes, "Oh, that's okay." And I was like, "For real?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't want the breed getting out to other people. I don't want someone else breeding my 4-H rabbits." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I breed them and sell them to young kids to raise, and it always feels good when one of my rabbits wins. And so if you keep them and breed them, then it kind of is competition." Let's see. 79.51 may jump back up. Yeah, I mean, I'm not at all worried about what we're at right now for the price. The fact that it held out for 50 million ounces sold onto the market and climb back up like it was nothing, I'm cool with that. Nunya, you are tempting me to become a member to try and win a prize. So last month, Tangled in Blue became a member. I think it was Tangled in Blue last month. Became a member the night that we did the event. He was on. He was watching it live. He gets on, gets a membership, and wins first day as a member. So definitely, you never know what's going to happen. We had one member win 2 months in a row. That was pretty crazy. Had one member, he has gotten 4 prizes now for $1.99 a month. He's gotten 4 prizes. That's pretty crazy too. Yeah, it's great. Similar to ceviche. Nice. I do like ceviche. Even though the ceviche that I always get is usually shrimp and squid. So nice. That's good to know. Let's see. Good day, fellow distinguished gentlemen and ladies.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Definitely is a good day. I'm not at all worried about that little beat down. It was kind of a joke to me that they tried putting 50 million ounces on the market and it just got crushed. And then all of a sudden popped right back up. And it got crushed. It went down $9. $9 drop. And we're already back up to 1 cent over where we opened at. So we'll see what happens. But when you soak it in acid fluid like citrus or vinegar, some might argue it's not really raw. Yeah, I've heard people say that you're cooking it in the acidic. So, yeah. F8, I enjoy the detail and technical aspects of the conversation and really focus on the whole market effects. Absolutely. I try. That's what I was telling someone tonight. He thought my videos were too long. But I don't want to sit here and tell you words that some people may or may not know. You know, you hear something and they're making it sound more than it is. I hate that. Same with, like, if you've ever read, like, some of these books from, like, Alan Greenspan, you know, you read some of his stuff and you're like, are you kidding me, dude? You're making this stuff sound way more technical than it is, you know? I mean, and here's the thing. They're not even on top of their game, I don't think. Or they just got to lie to us. Let's see. Headhunting. I ate it. It was a frequent thing. Nice. I think that's Fiji. Headhunting in Fiji. I ate it every freaking thing. Nice. Some streams talk about off-the-wall stuff too often for my interest. Yeah, I do sometimes, but I usually keep my off-the-wall stuff on shorts. I might talk about food. I mean, there may become a time where silver is so high in price. I can tell you right now, if silver gets, I shouldn't even say if, when silver gets to $250 an ounce, you're not going to see me talking about silver every day. You're going to see me probably in the Philippines, chilling on a beach somewhere, showing you guys how great it is living there. That's my hope. But that's still a ways away, $250. Who knows? Let's see. There are some TR. Let's see. Silver to the second spot for MC tomorrow. So long, NVIDIA. So for anybody that don't know, that is silver to the second spot based on market capitalization. So long, NVIDIA. That is right. It's so funny that it doesn't even keep it up. It keeps shutting that site down. Assets based by market capitalization. And I'm sure silver is in third right now, but it was already in second once. So here it is right here at 4.4 million. NVIDIA at 4.6. We already were there tonight. We know what it takes. It takes $83 silver as of right now. We've already seen it in second earlier this evening. A lot of people caught screenshots of it, posted it all over the internet. So there's a lot of excitement for it. So we know it's probably going to go back because that's how it was with every other step on the way up. Let's see. There are some strange laws in Maine. Ooh, really? Like what? I'm curious. I don't even know all the strange laws in Maine. Gonna be fat chance to score 200. Nice. 2026 Libertads. Might even put a Libertad in as one of the prizes. Might do that. How do I become a member? I've never done it before. So are you on an Android phone or an iPhone? Right under the video, there should be something that says join. If you click that join button, it will walk you through the details. If you don't see it on this video, it could be because it's a live stream. But underneath there should be a join button. It will ask you for payment details. It will probably say if you're on an Android, it's going to be start at $2.99. I'm sorry, $1.99 starting if you're on Android. If you're on an Apple phone and you do it like that through the App Store, it's going to be $2.99. But
you can cheat that system by going on your web browser, going to youtube.com, and then going to Tsquare Talk on your web browser, and then click that join button. It will only be $1.99 for that membership. But there are other memberships that go higher. The higher the membership, the more perks. Like I said, when we have 100 members, I'm going to do a special event where if you are an obsessed member, you actually have a shot at winning gold instead of silver. But there's only 6 of you. So a 6% chance that somebody is going to win gold. A 94% chance says, I'm not going to give out gold. I'm going to give someone silver instead. So you can see the math behind that. So I am playing the odds. I'm a little bit of a gambler. I like statistics. I like odds. So let's see here. Catching up on the comments again. Let's see. My reading comprehension sucks. YouTube is where it's at. Oh, absolutely. I'll be honest. If I don't know how to do something, like fix something on a vehicle, I just go to YouTube. Let's see. Hello, T. How are you doing? Yo, it's 12:12 a.m. What are you doing up? Ain't you sleepy? No, I don't really sleep much. I don't sleep much, period. So, but I am about ready to end the stream here in a couple minutes. In fact, I was going to end it at 2.5 hours, so I'm actually 30 minutes late. But it's only 11:15 here, but I still have to do my morning video here in a few minutes once I get done. Let's see, just to keep up with the inexpensive can chill. It's hard to keep up right now with silver so expensive, but I think it's going to go a whole lot higher. Testimonials, what's up, my man? What is up, T? I am buying Bitcoin. There you go. Pick it up if you want. I know some people are a little nervous to buy silver at these prices right now. I can understand that. Some people might see Bitcoin as a dip right now, and they're taking advantage of the dip that we've seen. It's sitting at 90,000. If you look at it year to date, down 3.5%. So some people might say it's a buying opportunity. Everybody's got their own opinion on that. Down 5% for the last year. But I'm not going to lie to you. Long-term outlook, 5 years. Oh, shoot. Really? That's it? For 5 years, though? If you've invested in Bitcoin 5 years ago, you're up 179%. If you invested in silver 1 year ago, you're up 165%. So, but I understand. Some people do like it. That's all good. I'm not going to sit here and diss it. You know that about me. Scott McNeil, you'll have to scoot over because you're probably blocking my son. Laugh out loud. Let's see here. Will you be taking the maid to the beach with you? I will probably be hanging out, I'm sure. I mean, I'm a friendly person. I hang out with a lot of people. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up having everybody come to the beach. Say, hey, you know what? Come on out there. I'm going to throw a beach party. What's it for? For my subscribers. What do you mean? We're going to have cameras set up. We're all going to the beach. Beach party. Let's see. Nunya, iPhone. I see the join button. I just wanted to confirm. Yeah, okay. And I mean, it's, who knows? You could get lucky and win right off the bat. I know some people don't want to rush right into becoming a member. It's understandable. I'm not a member of every channel that I watch. I can tell you that. Let's see. 1/6 equals 0.167. Let's see. 17% chance of winning gold. What? How do you get that? No, not 1 in 6. There's 100 members on the channel. There's only 6 of those 100 are obsessed fans, which means 6 out of 100 will have a shot at gold. The other ones will have a shot at winning silver. So I look at it as a 94% chance that I ain't giving silver, that I ain't gonna give gold. But I've had some crazy stuff happen. One night I did poker chip numbers.
We reached in a bag and we pulled out a poker chip live. I shuffled them all up. People saw me put them in. There was no way I could know what was where in the bag. I shook them all up. I put my hand in there. I showed everybody they were in there. I put my hand in there. I drew one number live on camera, and each person that got a poker chip could call a number between 1 and 30. If I happen to pull that number, you have no way of knowing what number I'm going to pull out. I have no way of knowing what number I'm going to pull out. I have no way of knowing what number you're going to choose. New Marshall in town picks number 4. And if I pull out chip 4 and you say 4, you win gold. If I didn't, you won whatever prize was associated with chip 4. And even if you said, I want chip 5 and I pull out chip 10, you got whatever prize was associated with chip 10. But if you were lucky enough to call your number, very slim chance that someone is going to call their number in the beginning. Now, if you're down to, there's 4 chips left and maybe you've been keeping track and now you want a number, you buy a poker chip and okay, there's only 2, 4, 6, 8 left. You have a pretty good odds that you're going to get gold at that point. But New Marshall comes in and does it first. He says number 4, and I pulled out chip 4 for a gold coin. I could not believe it. You could see it on my face because back then I showed myself. You could see me in every video. I was just like, instead of you looking at the silver price, you'd be looking at me talking. And people were like, and you knew right off that it was not set up because it was pretty crazy to give out a gold coin like that. But I didn't think anybody. I was like, dude, you got a 1 in 30 chance, a 3% chance you ain't going to hit it. You're not going to hit gold. Maybe at the very end when there's only a few chips left. But at that point, I estimated, you know what, I will have taken in enough donations to pay for the gold coin. It happened instantly. And what was even funnier was since it kind of ruined the game, I don't mean it in a bad way. It kind of tanked the game. Everybody wanted a shot at winning gold. So I'm like, okay, we're going to reset the game. I'm going to put the 4 back in there. I'm going to reset the game. And you won. Congratulations. I'm going to run it again. Because I'm thinking it ain't going to happen twice. 5 or 6 people play, and then New Marshall comes up again. He's like, I want another chip. Can I get another one? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm playing the odds. He says like 13. And I reach in the bag, and I pull out number 4. Again, number 4. I said, it's number 4. He goes, what? I thought you took 4 out. I said, nope. I reset the game because you won. He goes, oh, my word. 4 is always my lucky number. I always take 4. And I was like, if he had known that I didn't reset, he must have missed that I had reset it. And sure enough, he would have won a second time. It's kind of crazy. So jumping back in, because it is getting late, I'm going to have to wrap up here in a minute. Bitcoin could go to 200K, but could fall. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Bitcoin. I'm not going to say anything bad. Hey, Nunya, where you at? I'm in Portland. Scott said. Let's see. I'm south of Portland, about 45 minutes. Oh, wow, nice. Let's see. Miami. Nice. Miami. I'm guessing India. Darn. Indiana. Oh, shoot. I didn't even know Indiana had. When someone says Miami, I just instantly thought Florida. Let's see. Thanks for joining, Nunya. Yes, if you do decide to join, thank you so much for joining. Let's see. Nunya, cool. Do you go to the coins on Boulevard or Portland Precious Metals and Coins? I'm just curious. I like Uncle Rick's coin shop in Newburgh. Ah, cool. So I'm guessing, who knows, Scott, maybe you should take a ride over to wherever Newburgh is and maybe find something cool at Uncle Rick's. So anybody that is in the Newburgh area, probably an hour south of Portland. I don't know where that is, but definitely check out Uncle Rick's Coin Shop. You might find some really good deals, and you can tell him, hey, Uncle Rick, you got a shout out at 3 hours and 3 minutes on Tsquare Talks YouTube video. And if I'm ever there, I'm going to go and I'm going to say, yeah, someone told me about the place, so I'm here to buy a bunch of silver. Unless y'all charging taxes. If you're charging taxes, then unfortunately I'm probably not going to go there. Cool. Let's see here. He has a ball machine that spits out silver, only $1. You can get up to 50 cents in junk silver. When silver was cheap, you could win an ounce. Yeah, it's gotten more expensive now. That's pretty cool. A ball machine. I'm guessing that's one of them claw machines, I'm thinking. That would be pretty neat. Or it could even be, I'm wondering, because there's actually another ball machine that I've seen where you try to, like, plinko. The ball kind of goes down a bunch of plinks, and if it lands in the right one, boom, you get that prize. So that would be pretty cool. In fact, maybe I should make a big plinko board here. Have members, we drop a ball. But then again, there's no way that you would get to drop the ball. I'd have to drop it for you. But then again, I could go on the Philippines, have someone make me up a plinko board, and say, hey, we're going to pick random people off the beach. Excuse me, ma'am, would you mind dropping this ball in here? You're rolling this ball right here for Scott McNeil. And if you get it in this hole right here, we're going to send Scott McNeil a $250 ounce of silver. Why do I say that? Because if I'm in the Philippines, silver has definitely climbed. I don't know for sure if it will have to get up to 250 before I go, but if it does get to 250, I will probably definitely be there. Let's see. No sales tax in Oregon. Okay. I was just making sure because I weren't 100% sure which Portland that was, but Portland, Oregon. Let's see. Not a claw. Turn the handle and a ball rolls out. Oh, so it is like a plinko kind of. And then you just don't know where it will land. That would be cool. I would be sitting there all day playing that machine. Unless they have a limit like one time per day. I would be kicking dollars all day because I love gambling. I would look at it like $1. If you get 50 cents in silver, that is an equivalent to right now approximately $30. So you get to drop 30 balls for $30. And if you just hit one time, you broke even on the 50 cent junk silver. But I'm guessing the way you said that, 50 cent junk silver may not be the only prize on there. It could be multiple times. So who knows? That would be really cool. I just like gambling. Some of y'all that know me know that I do gamble. Thus some of the slot machine short videos that I put up. With that being said, we are all caught up on comments. We have been on here now for 3 hours and 6 minutes. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to take a restroom break, grab a quick concession snack. One per day. Okay, so I'd be making a point to go in there then every day. At least to do my one shot. More like a gumball machine. Okay. That would be the highlight for me. I would definitely go and do that. And that's probably why, because the odds of you winning, you have a decent chance of winning. But it does lure you in there more often, and hopefully you spend money. I still like the machine. That sounds cool. Yes, a gumball machine. Nice. Nice. Scott, you need to go over there and try that out for $1. Take a drive over there. Who knows? Tell them y'all got a shout out. Maybe y'all can meet. You guys can both show up one day at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and say hi to each other. And both of y'all can roll a gumball and hopefully win a couple silver quarters. Yes, a gumball machine. Yes, there are war nickels, dimes, quarters, etc. Awesome. That's pretty cool. That would be really neat to have that. So, with that being said, I'm going to get started on my morning video right after a brief break. I thank everybody for watching. Before we go, silver price right now sitting at $79.48, up approximately 20 cents on the day. we were a lot higher earlier. We were as high as $83.90, and then all of a sudden the short positions came in a matter of 2 hours, plunged the price from $83 all the way down to 75, maybe even 74 for a quick second, depending on what you're looking at, and then slowly climb back up to where we are even on the day. So it does seem like maybe it scared some people because the buying did not rush right back in, but that's okay. I'm still confident in what's going on. So it's a fun game. That's the game of silver. Hopefully y'all are stacking. Keep stacking, my friends. Thank you all for watching, commenting. Excellent video. Thank you so much, BJ. Reckless Collections. All right, T, I'll catch you in the morning. Thank you so much. You may win. And if anybody would like, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to consider becoming a member, we are getting close to 100 members. But even if we don't hit 100 members, I will be back before the year's out with a great live stream with some free silver for a lucky member. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I hope you all have a great evening.